Mariska Hargitay, welcome to Call Her Daddy.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
No, you don't even know. Okay. You just walked in here saying everyone's so excited for you to come on.
Everyone is texting me saying you should be on it. I said, sweetheart, that's why I'm here.
Okay. Everyone in my life, I feel like a lot of my friends and family have gotten used to my job by now. When they found out you were coming on, everyone's being a little nicer to me this week. Everyone's like, do you think you could get a selfie? I'm like, leave me alone. You have literally put me into a different stratosphere.
Alex, am
of cool.
I giving you street cred?
Without a doubt.
Yes.
I've never been cooler in my life. Everyone's like, holy shit, you got her. I'm like, I got her.
Guess what?
What?
I think this goes both ways.
Okay, good. Okay,
All right?
good.
Because now I'm cool with the kids.
Okay, cool.
I'm cool with the kids.
Yeah, we're both giving each other a little street cred.
I like it.
What are you up to this summer? Like, do you have plans? Are you working? What's your life going to be like?
Well, first of all, I'm here. Today's a very exciting day because my trailer dropped for my film.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So today I'm sort of buzzy and so exciting, and it feels newly real to me, right? When the trailer drops and the poster's out. So I'm here doing that. I'm getting ready for my Tribeca premiere on the 13th.
You're going to be at Tribeca too?
Yes.
Wait, I'm going to be at Tribeca.
I told you, we need our own shows. We're just warming up.
Sweetie.
Lovey.
Honey.
Sweet cheeks.
Oh my God. Babe.
Honey pie.
Holy shit.
Pumpkin.
Oh my God.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I know. Isn't it weird?
You have a documentary about you and you're 12.
No.
And I'm so proud of you. You know what you are? You're the young Olivia Benson. You are so badass.
I am obsessed with you.
No, but seriously.
No, it's so, but isn't it scary? It's a little scary.
Oh, it's a lot scary.
Right?
But can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Being vulnerable and putting yourself out there, that's the most badass thing you can do.
It is.
And it's the truth.
But I'm curious for you with this documentary.
Yeah.
Obviously, you get into your childhood, which I love to talk about on Call Her Daddy. Is it weird for you to have been playing Olivia Benson for so many years and now you're about to be on screen as yourself?
No. No, because I feel like, and this is something I've thought about a lot.
Yeah.
I feel that I have been preparing for this moment, for this project, my entire life. It took me 2 years to make this movie. I started 2 years ago in June. I did the first interview. I think it was the end of May or June. I can't remember exactly the date right now. But I decided to do it in the pandemic during COVID. And once I decided, you know, it was off to the races. And so for me, I mean, it's such a loaded question, right? Because yes, I play Olivia Benson on TV and I ask people to come forward to tell their stories. So I wanted to do what I preach and to come forward and tell my story. And I believe that telling our story and being vulnerable is the thing that makes us the most authentic, the most badass, the most human. And it only brings people toward us because it levels the playing field of our humanity.
That makes me feel really good because I feel like with a documentary, it is so vulnerable.
It is.
And you are prepared, obviously, but a documentary is a piece of work. So you're ready for the critics, but you're also like, this is my life, go easy on me. And so it's a little,
yeah,
it's
but
weird.
I feel like this is my life. This is my story. Everyone is obviously welcome to have their reaction and their opinion and to sort of metabolize it and assimilate it in their own way. But I find that there's such universality in this specific, right? So you're telling your story. And is it about how you got here and the sort of genesis of?
Yes, it's just I had a big part of the end of my first episode. I talk about the sexual harassment I endured from my college soccer coach.
Oh.
And I had never really talked about it. And I felt guilty because a part of me was like, I'm similar in that way where I'm like, I'm having people sit in this chair and tell me their stories. Why have I been holding on to this for so long? And so I kind of go through the process of telling it in a way that it was nice to have a director do it for me. I know you directed your piece, but for me, I almost needed someone to take it from me a little bit.
Of course.
Because I was like, I don't even know how to say this. Just interview me and I'll tell you what happened to me.
Yes.
So it was very freeing. But
that is so beautiful and so brave. And you know what? Don't ever question why, seriously, why you didn't tell your story. Because you tell your story when you're ready. and not a moment before. And I tell that to everyone. And I mean, I disclosed my story of abuse and I told it when I was ready. So I don't fault anyone. They need to come forward when they are ready and they have the infrastructure and they have the scaffolding and the support after to be able to integrate into the world. And so I just think it's amazing that you're doing that. And so young.
Thank you. No, and
I think I could be your mom like 3 times over.
Stop.
I'm going to be 87 on Friday.
Get out of here. You're perfect in your Chanel. Shut up. Can we talk about this documentary
Yes.
though? It really focuses obviously on your mom, who you lost when you were 3.
Yes.
What was it like revisiting this time in your life?
It was so many things, and I allowed it to be so many things. And, it was like a archaeological dig for me. It was like the ultimate detective work, right? And I didn't know what I was going to find, but it was such a beautiful journey, a painful journey, a bumpy ride. It was all of the above. It was so many things.
Okay, I'm wondering though, you're 3 years old when you lose your mom. Did you have any memories at all of her?
I have a couple of memories that I don't know if they're memories or they're photographs or they're something that I wish happened or a fragment of a memory. And I don't know, but it's been a life of trying to, of longing for her and trying to, reconstruct connection, which was so painful for me. I say in the movie, losing my mother felt like having a hole in your heart. That's what it felt like to me. And so it's been a life of navigating that and trying to figure out how to do it. So this movie, being ready to make this movie and go on this, expedition and go on this journey of finding her has been one of, besides my husband and children and SVU, has been one of the most rewarding, profound experiences of my life. And because there was so much archival footage on my mom, it was the gift that just kept on giving. It kept on giving. It was magnificent.
When you just said that, though, it made me think, I feel like a lot of people, we have these memories from childhood that either come back up or are so specific, and then you do start to, as you get older, be like, did that fucking happen? Like, what?
Exactly.
And do you have any advice for people going through that? Like, have you just leaned in and accepted that maybe they're not real, maybe they are, but they're what I remember, so I'm going to live in them? Or is it unsettling to not know if it's real?
It's not unsettling. And I think that was part of the journey of making the film, is that I missed my mother. What's true about memories doesn't really matter. What matters is I missed her and I love her and we are forever connected. And I'm finding new sort of avenues of connection as I live forward. And I remember, one of the things was when your mom dies, when you're so young, and pre-verbal, really, it's hard to remember anything, and you certainly can't express what you felt, right? Because it was pre-verbal, and that goes for my trauma as well, about living through the accident of her dying. And I remember when I got my star in 2011 on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And I remember thinking like, oh, it's nice. It's a thing that people do. Oh, yeah, it's nice. I didn't really know how to take it in, I guess. And I thought like, oh, yeah. I mean, it kind of dismissed it. I'll be honest with you. And then I got there that day. And when I saw my star on the ground next to her star, I was so overcome with emotion. And somehow into that moment, of seeing her, this visual of these two stars with her name on it and my name on it, was one of the most emotionally connected moments that I've ever had with her. And I tell you this, it took me by surprise to be connected with her and the stars, because it was on such a primal level, and it was in my cells. It was in my cellular DNA. And I was so surprised by it, but I just took it as a gift. So there's been these moments, and during the making of this film and on this journey, I've had so many moments where I got to see our similarity, or what I came from and what I admire and revere and respect, are the things about her that I'm in awe of, and the things about her that are so similar to how I am. So in that way, it has been this gift.
It's beautiful.
It's so magnificent.
And it's beautiful too, because anyone that's lost a parent or a loved one or whoever, like, there's such pain when you think about it, but the more you're
universal pain.
Yes.
Right.
And the more you're able to slowly allow yourself to be open to those moments where you're looking at the star and then you feel connected to your mom, or you're going through this archival footage.
That's exactly what you said is the truth, is allowing ourselves to be open. That is so exactly right. And this kind of like broke me open.
Yeah.
Right. Because it was a struggle for me. And there were things and decisions and choices that my mother made that were so painful for me, or I didn't understand. I was like, why would you do that? Or I think you could have done it a different way. And maybe me not understanding and grokking the time, the 50s, all that stuff. Yeah. And now the making of this film has reframed all of that for me.
Even like as simple as someone not being able to, whether you're not doing a documentary, one, if you have photos or you have film, or even journaling about your memories and your experiences, anything that can allow you to feel a little bit closer to your memory of and have that intact, because you don't want it to feel like this scary void that you can't remember this person. So then you just feel shut down. The more you're open to it, I feel like you almost come back to feeling whole and full.
Completely.
Your dad, your mom, after she passes, you're raised by your dad, Mickey.
And my stepmother.
Yes. Can you talk to me about your relationship with him growing up? Like, what was it like?
Amazing. He was everything to me. He was my mentor, my inspiration. I revered him. I modeled myself after him. He made me feel safe and seen, and he was such a great parent because he was reasonable. And what I mean by that is, I'd like do something wrong, and then back in my day, we used to talk on the phone. Not the cell phone, but we used to that's what you would do. You talk to your boyfriend, or you talk to your friends every night on the phone, rotary phone. And so I'd do something wrong, and then he's like, no phone 1 month. And I would go, okay, Dad, you're out of control. That feels unadjusted for what I did. And I think you need to think about that because it's not fair. And he would go, okay, fine. Do you know what you did wrong? Yeah. Okay, you could use a phone. And it was stuff like that. And he also raised me when I did something wrong to go, you know what you did. You know what you did. And then not punish me. And then I had to sit with it. So he really nurtured my own sense of my conscience, my sense of responsibility, my sense of wrong and right. And he was just so true blue. He showed up to every one of my athletic events. I was a swimmer in high school and did cross country. And when I was, middle school, volleyball and cheerleading and, all the activities, whatever I did. And he was so supportive. And it was like I was his life. Meanwhile, working his ass off and providing for our family and teaching me gymnastics. And the fact that his mentality was that of a champion athlete. He, was a speed skater. He played soccer. He came to America and wanted to be a weightlifter and a bodybuilder. And they said, how old are you? He said, I'm 26. They said, you're too old to do that. And he said, you're too old. And then he went on to become Mr. Universe. And so everything that he set out to do, he did. So he taught me, if there's a will, there's a way. And if there's one avenue gets shut down or foiled, then what is plan B? So I modeled myself and I wanted to be like him. And I just felt like I knew what love was because of his commitment to me. That's why I found, that's why I could recognize it in my husband. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I was going to say, because even someone listening to this, it's like, wow, what an incredible father you had. And then obviously there's this big reveal in the documentary of like, you find out that he's not your biological father. How did you find this out?
Oh my gosh, it was so rough. So I had been invited to this guy named Sabin Gray's house, and he was head of the Jane Mansfield fan club. And he was this lovely guy and, just obsessed with Jane and loved her so much and was a huge collector of, memorabilia and movie posters and anything related to her. So he invited me to his house once, and I went over there, and then he walked me around, and it was a little overwhelming for me because there were life-size cutouts, and it was truly like a museum or a shrine to her. And that was hard for me at that age to sort of understand. I was like,
and just for anyone that doesn't know about your mom and can you explain what her background was when you're talking about this?
Oh, so my mom was
just in case.
Oh yes, no, please. So my mom was an actress and sort of a iconic sex symbol in the 50s, like Marilyn Monroe. So she was one of the most photographed women ever. And a big, movie star and, legendary, really. And so I went to his house, and again, I'm seeing all this stuff that I had never seen, and kind of grew up away from all of that and didn't have a very sort of Hollywood childhood. My dad was a builder. My stepmother was a flight attendant. So we traveled a lot and just had a really normal, I would say, life. And so I went to his house, and then he's showing me around. He's showing me all these photos. He's showing me, whatever it is, dresses that she had that he'd collected, earrings that she wore, things from movies, from the movie set, props or whatever. And then he says to me, "Do you want to see a picture of Nelson?" And I just looked at him, and this jolt went through my body. And I said, "Who's Nelson?" And then I knew in 1 second.
You did? How?
I don't know. I think my whole life, all the just like millions of millimoments, I don't even know if that's a word, little fragments of a memory, of a moment, of a thing, things I caught that my sort of that went into my subconscious moments. And then I said, "Who's Nelson?" And then he, I saw the blood drain out of his face, and he sort of panicked and turned white. And then he said, he panicked, and he said, "Oh, it's probably not true. It's probably not true." And that's when I knew. And I think that he couldn't believe that I didn't know. I was 25. How could I not know? And I understand that. And then he said, "It's not true. I'm sure it's not true." And then he showed me his picture.
And you're like, "It's true."
On a cellular level, it was just like a DNA talking to DNA.
Right.
And I knew it was true. And I just really thought my life was over. I mean, I remember leaving and driving to my brother's house, and I thought I was going to crash my car because I was so not present. I was totally dissociated and out of my body. And I got to my brother's house. I didn't even know how I got there, but I knew that I shouldn't be driving. Yeah, it was crazy.
25 years thinking your story and your narrative. And your mom also. You're trying to process like not having your mom, and you're at this man's house and you're seeing like, oh my God, everyone was obsessed with my mom and loved my mom and I don't get to have her. And then it's like you're hit in the face again. It's like, oh, by the way,
The
Mickey,
one thing I did have, the one thing that I was rooted in, the one thing that was my constant was no longer mine. And my identity was, it was just smashed. It was like it broke into, it's like I had 1,000 pellets of hard truth going, my brothers aren't my brothers, my Hungarians, I'm not Hungarian, I'm not related to all my family that I grew up with in Hungary. What about this? What about this? I'm not related to my sister who's my dad's first daughter. I'm not related to, oh my gosh, all the times when, I spent so much time as a kid in Italy. And every time I was there, and you can see I'm a big gesticulator and I talk with my hands. I get in trouble on SVU because they're like, Mariska, sit on your hands. And I just can't. It's just like a cellular genetic thing. But my whole childhood, everyone asked me if I was Italian. My entire childhood. And it was like that, being barraged by, it was just like a million missiles of these mini micro moments going, get it.
And you're not allowed to, you can't talk to your mom. So when you obviously at some point go to Mickey, do you immediately go to him?
I did. I went to my brother's house first and asked him if he knew. And he said he didn't. And I'm very, 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 very close with my brother. And he didn't. So then that was also confusing. And then I went up to my dad's house and I was, hysterically crying and in a state. And how about this metaphor? My dad was building me, physically building me a house. So I drive up to the house that he is building me and confront him. And he was like, what? What are you talking about? Are you crazy? That's so not true. He kept saying, you look like my father. You look exactly like my father. You're a Hargitay to the end. And, the irony is that I'm more like my dad than anyone in our whole family. Like I am Mickey, mini Mickey, right? And so it was just a very extraordinarily painful moment. And I always liken, I say that this is the moment that I became an adult. And it's so visceral for me because I was in so much pain. I was so overwhelmed. And I was in the, me, oh my gosh, my life is over. And then looking at this man who's been nothing but loving to me and nothing but this amazing father to me. And I saw his pain. And I said, it doesn't matter what I feel. I love him. And we're done here. We're done here. And so I said, okay, thank you for telling me. And I pretended that I believed him. And we never spoke of it again. And then he used to say, even before he died, remember when you thought that crazy thing? And I go, I know, wasn't that nuts?
Stop.
Yeah.
Oh, and you just went with it because you're like.
I went with it, and then I felt like I became the parent in a way.
Yeah.
And I was grateful to be that.
But there was no way that he genuinely thought.
I don't know. I'll never know.
Right.
I think that he integrated it in, this is my new reality. He made a choice. And that was his new truth. And whether it's true or not emotionally, it was his truth. And I'll tell you something. I understand it because I have 2 adopted kids and they are no different than my biological son. No different. And so to me, I go, I get it. It didn't matter. Right. It doesn't matter.
Right, because when that moment he's speaking to you, which is so beautiful, it's like I've talked a lot about on the show that obviously there's so many people who don't have the privilege of family, but you can then make your own family. Blood family is one thing. Family is family, the family that you choose. And so it's like, I think there's a lot of people that maybe would look at that, and it's actually so beautiful that he's like, no, you are mine. Like, you've been my daughter. I love you so much.
Talk about being claimed.
Right. He's like,
but the irony is, Alex, I know that now, right? In hindsight.
Yeah.
But when I found out at 25, that was where the injury was, is why wasn't I claimed? He must have known. He didn't care. He didn't care. He didn't love me. I wasn't worth it. I was nothing to him. He knew. He had to know that I was his daughter. Nelson, I'm talking about. And I wasn't worth it. I wasn't valuable enough. And that's what I lived with, is that I wasn't enough. My mother left me. And when you're a kid, listen, mother is everything we know. Mother is everything until, at least you're 3, right? It's your survival. And so having that feeling of my mother left me, and then again, my father abandoned me, was so hard to integrate or make sense out of. And the irony, this is the irony, is that I lived with these. I mean, they were my truths and they were real to me at the time, but I go back now and I go, I was claimed like nobody's business. And that's why I think I love so hard and can love so hard, because I was so loved.
Time also just gives you such different perspective, and you can never fault yourself when you're younger for the reactions you have, because that's who you are in that moment, and that's all you're capable of. You're just seeing.
Trying to figure it out.
Yes. So
with limited information.
Exactly.
And that's why it's hard, because young people, and when I say young people, I'm talking about myself. I didn't have the whole picture. So you think, when people say to you, feelings aren't facts. And I remember when people would say that to me, and I would go, but yes, they are, because that's what happened. And I would argue it, and I did not understand. I could not comprehend what that meant, that feelings aren't facts. I was like, this is my facts. These are my reality. And now, this is what wisdom is. This is what age is. This is what perspective is. And I'm so grateful for this life to grow into the miracle of my story, and having this comprehensive understanding and getting the full perspective, and now seeing that I had such a limited, a teeny sliver of the truth.
Call Her Daddy is brought to you by Uber Eats. Okay, Daddy Gang, we all know Uber Eats has the best selection of local restaurants, but did you know they also eat when it comes to a whole range of delivery services? Now, that might be a lot to take in, so let me break it down for you. Uber Eats isn't just for poolside poke bowls or late night pizza on the patio. When you can't make it to the store, you can get just about anything you need delivered straight to your door with Uber Eats. Right now, you could be checking off your whole shopping list, okay? I am so excited to have friends over for summer on pool days. And you know what the last thing I want to do is, when the UV is a 10 outside, go to the grocery store, okay? That's not on my to-do list, okay? I love that on Uber Eats, I can get tequila for the margaritas, I can get meat for the barbecue, and sunscreen when I realize that my tan is unfortunately turning into a burn, okay? And when it gets too hot in LA to be running outside doing errands, I'm just like, oh, I need to be inside. I love that I can sit in my sweats on my couch in the freezing air conditioning and get everything I need delivered without ever having to step outside. Okay, the goal is to never leave my house. So get grocery, alcohol, and everyday essentials in addition to the restaurant food you love. So in other words, get almost anything with Uber Eats. Order now. For alcohol, you must be legal drinking age. Please enjoy responsibly. Product availability varies by region. See app for details. Can we talk about your career? Did you always want to be an actress?
So, no. When I was young, as I said, we traveled a lot. I spent a lot of time in Italy, a lot of time in Hungary, a lot of time in Colorado and Dallas, Texas to visit my grandmother. I spent a lot of time, my parents, would take us around the world, and I was very privileged in terms of traveling, and I loved it, and I still love it. And so I loved connecting with different cultures and languages, and took French in high school. And I was like, I think I want to be either a translator or like a French diplomat, but something where I could bring people together. And my favorite teacher, who was a nun named Sister Margaret, pulled me aside and said, Mariska, because I used to get in trouble for talking all the time. I'm sure you know that one.
All the time.
And she said, I think that you should try out for a play. And I was like, what? She said, you're an extrovert, and I wonder if you would like to try acting. I went, and I never had thought about it. As a matter of fact, I was like, no, I don't want to do that. It's not. And then I tried out for the play, and it was a comedy, and I had the best time. And it was a crazy French farce. So I got to be nuts, which was very comfortable for me. And I always thought that my career would be in comedy, by the way. I mean, I started in comedy.
You're funny.
I know. No one knows that except you. Okay.
You walked in here and understandably, I didn't know what to expect because it's like dun dun and I'm ready.
No.
And then you walk in.
Like Olivia Benson.
Right, you're like, girl. I'm like, oh shit. I love you. It's different.
It's so funny. I know. I got cast. You know what's funny? I always get cast as cops. I'm like, what is the deal? I'm a comedian. But anyway, not a comedian, not a real comedian. I'll take that back. I have serious respect for real comedians. Believe me.
But in another life, you're a comedian.
Yeah, in another life.
Okay.
But anyway, the point is, so then I had so much fun. And then my senior year, I tried out for the lead in the play, which was a drama. And I got it and fell in love, and I was like, this is the end of it. And then I applied to USC and UCLA, and I decided to be a theater major, and that was the end of it.
How long into you going for auditions did you get SVU?
My 20s was really hard. And then I did a couple of guest star things, but then it dried up for me. And I just went to acting class. And then it was when I turned 30 that I started working in a consistent way.
I mean, even that
Yeah.
is such just like a nice thing to hear, because I feel like obviously people are going to watch this and be like, oh, you have the best fucking life. Like,
No.
look at you. You're so
20s,
successful.
Let me tell you something. My 20s were not cute.
Okay.
Not only were they not cute work-wise, but I found out this when I was 20, which, by the way, I think that also really took me apart. So I didn't work, I worked in my early 20s, and then I don't remember working so much 25 to 30. Like, it was a dark time for me. And I really wasn't confident. I had an identity crisis, which I like telling people that I'm not. It's true. It's what happened. We all have our demons. We all have our skeletons. Life is hard. It's hard navigating it. It's hard figuring it out. There's so much to figure out. And so then at 30 is when I started working in a more consistent way. And then it was at 34. I'll tell you a fun story. This is a great story. You'll appreciate it.
Okay.
So I used to go to New York twice a year and just see theater. So I went on one of my trips. I was 30, I think it was in like January. I was 34, and I come to New York, and a friend of mine said, oh my gosh, Mariska, you have to go to the psychic. You have to go to the psychic on Long Island. I didn't even know where Long Island was. I mean, I was, I don't know.
Of course you're going to Long Island.
I'm like, I go to Long Island. So I drive out to this guy's house on Long Island, and he gives me a psychic reading. And because my mom was famous, I always was like, you are just probably going to Google me and, from Jay Mansfield's daughter, and then come up with some bullshit.
Of course.
So I sit down with this guy, and we're talking. He says some things. And then he says to me, and I was listening to him, and I'm like this. And he goes, I swear to God, he says, you see that face? I have this on a recording. You see that face right now? I said, yeah. He goes, you're going to be famous for that face, that serious face. And I said, no, I am funny and a pretty deadly combination. I'm going to be a comedian, I say. And he says, this is my favorite thing I think anyone's ever said to me. He goes like this, I don't give a rat's ass what you think. You're going to be famous for that face. And then he says to me, and you're moving to New York. And I said, no, I have this gorgeous house my father built. I was living in a house with like 32 roommates because I had this house and it had 5 rooms, obviously couldn't afford it. So I rented out rooms. So I'm like actually living out an episode of Friends. Not an episode, but the whole season because I had so many roommates. And I was like, I live in LA. This is my town. I have my roommates. I have my house. What am I going to do with my house? Swear to God, 6 months later, I got SVU. I swear this is true on my children. This happened. He said, I don't give a rat's ass. First of all, how great is rat's ass?
No, it's in everything.
There's no better expression.
I'm taking it all in because I'm also just like, this fucking psychic in Long Island. I'm like, holy shit.
He also said that there was going to be an issue with the cocktail ring. And then there was. I'm not going to get into that story.
Okay, wait.
But I just want you to know that this happened. This is good stuff. I need to write a book and put it in. You heard it here, people.
Okay, wait. You get the script finally for SVU. Yeah. What is your first impression of your character?
So I read it and I said, and I never had this experience. I've never loved anything more. This is my show. This is the most progressive show I've ever seen. I love it. I need it. I have to do the show. And then I had the audition, and then I got a call back. And on the second call back, Dick Wolf was there, and I see another girl in the waiting room. And I'm like, oh no, this is not happening. So I walked in there and I said, listen to me. I didn't know that Dick Wolf was like the king of television. And I go, I don't know who that is out there, but let me tell you something. This is my part. And he's like, oh, is it? And I said, yeah. So you tell her to go home. So I do my audition, and then he gives me notes. He gave me notes. And then I go, those are good notes. Thank you. And he's like, oh, are they? Are they good notes? It was so funny. I had like lost myself. I didn't even know what overtook me, but I was so clear about it. And then it turns out that the beautiful, talented actress that was in the waiting room was there for another part.
Oh my God.
And she was in the pilot. And she's a fantastic actress.
Like, fuck this bitch. Get her out of here.
I was like, get her out of here. And then, of course, we're friends now for life. But she was so magnificent and she was in it. And so they all told me this after. And then the next audition was for the network. And
that is amazing.
That's when I met Chris Maloney, and that was the rest is
history. What do you think is the biggest similarity between you and Olivia?
Compassion, empathy, and feel the fear and do it anyway.
What do you think is the biggest difference? You're funny.
Comedy.
You're fucking funny.
She's not as funny as I am, and she doesn't have as much joy and balance. But she's awesome. So we give her a pass on all her flaws.
Not only do we give her a pass,
we love her.
Taylor Swift named her cat after Olivia Benson. Can we just
for a second? But I will say, as epic as that is, I did name my cat Karma. Okay?
After
so payback's a bitch, isn't it? So I leveled the playing field there. And my cat's name is Karma because Karma is a cat. And she and Karma vibe like that.
No. Hold on.
That happened.
Did you name your cat Karma before or after the song came out?
Right after. It was the only thing. It seemed fair.
So you went and got a cat?
Yeah. And I named it Karma.
Did you go get a cat just to name a cat Karma, or did you want a cat?
Well, actually, there's two things. That's a great question. I didn't want a cat. I wasn't planning on getting a cat. And I was walking to Starbucks with my daughter and, well, all my kids. And there was a pet store there. So embarrassed about this because I don't like buying animals from pet stores. And I really don't, because my dog is a rescue and I'm all about a rescue.
Yeah.
However, and parents understand this, there are moments as a parent when your kids lose their shit. They lost their shit. And then my husband, who is the kind of guy that will go, we're not buying a cat. We're not, guys, no, we're not buying a cat. And then I said, Peter, just get in here for 1 second. And we're in the little room, like, you know, they have little sections in the pet store. And then Peter gets in with the cat. And Peter's like, he picks the cat.
No.
And then the kids are like, we want this one. And Peter goes, no, we're getting this one. And it was so hilarious. And then Peter picked the cat. So I guess Peter and Karma vibed like that. I don't know what I'm saying. So we went home with the cat, the kitty, the cutest little kitty, who now we call it Kitties.
That's your cat voice?
Kitties!
No.
Kitties!
I can't believe.
And you know what? The sad part is the cat ignores me. The cat is so bitchy. If I didn't have my dog, I'd be the most insecure person on the planet. Because I come home and our dog, right? She goes crazy. She jumps on Peter. She's like she can't come down for half hour. She loves us so much. She can't see straight. Like I have to send her to the shrink when we're gone because she's so upset if the whole 5 of us are not together. And I come home, my cat's like, what?
Karma's like, I don't give.
She walks by me and goes, whatever. How was your trip? Okay. That's how she's so bitchy. But I love her. And the whole hard to get thing, I play it right back.
You love it.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, you don't strike me, well, maybe, as a music video girly.
Oh, I'm so music video.
You are so.
Let me tell you something. I did a music video before Tay-Tay.
What did you do?
Sweetheart, I did Ronnie Millsap, She Loves My Car. Okay?
What?
Because I was on a car in a bathing suit throwing a beach ball.
What?
Oh, yes. Guys,
Someone pull this up.
This video is going to make a huge comeback.
Hold on. Ronnie Carmack?
No.
Did you just say?
No.
Sorry. Wait.
I forget. See, this is when you're 12 and you're showing your age.
Wait.
Ronnie Millsap.
Ronnie Millsap?
Say it, Ratty.
Ronnie.
You just made my voice crack. Ronnie Millsap.
Okay.
She Loves My Car.
She Loves My Car.
I'm in it with Exene. There's a lot of cool stuff.
We don't need the audio. We just need the video.
No, you're going to lose. Hold, please.
Where are you?
Just hold, please.
Guys, we're watching the music video. 1 sec.
Hold, please. Oh!
Is that you?
Yes! Well, I'm going to tell you a funny story about this. This is the night I got arrested.
Okay, pause. Excuse me? Olivia Benson? What?
I was arrested and thrown in the slammer.
Why?
I was thrown in the clink.
Why?
Is it called the clink? Yeah. Okay, here's what happened. This is an excellent story.
Okay.
So in that video, we were shooting, and I think it was a 2-day shoot. But on the last day, we were losing the light. As you can see, it was shot in the day. And we were shooting in Santa Monica. So as we were losing the light, I had to go back into 2 outfits. One was like a pink situation. The other was blue, and I had pink and blue lipstick on. So we were losing the light. We didn't have time to switch the makeup palette. So she started adding a lot of makeup on me, a lot. And at that night, my parents were leaving for Africa. So as the sun set at, 8 o'clock, I jumped in my car, full face of makeup, hair out to here, no shoes, like in fishnets and a questionable outfit, let's just say. I've always been known to have a bit of a lead foot. And stop signs, well, I always saw them as optional. I've changed and I've changed my ways since then, but I wouldn't not stop. It was just about like rolling through the red light. I'm not proud of it. And don't do this at home. But so I was trying to race home to see my parents. All of a sudden,
No.
pull me over, and they're like, "Ma'am, you just ran a stop sign." I was like, I wasn't, but like, I'm going home to see my parents. Please, da, 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 da. Can I have your driver's license? They pull up my driver's license, And he says, ma'am, please get out of the car. I go, what? For a stop sign? What? He says, ma'am, please get out of the car. I had I can't say this. People won't look at me the same way.
Say it.
I had $3,000 in outstanding in parking tickets because at UCLA, I was late to class and I didn't always use my parking pass because the garage where my classes were was so far away. I was like, I'll just be fine here. I'll just really quick go to class and come back out. And I would get tickets every day. And I was in like a fantasy denial world. And so I had $3,000. And when this guy told me to get out of the car, and of course I don't have shoes on, and he's like making a lot of judgments about me. And he puts me in his car, locks me in the back, and throws me in the clink. He throws me in the clink. I can't call my parents after I've just said, hey guys, I'm coming home. I want to see you before you go to Africa. And so I was like, hey, the shoot has gone over. I don't know that we can. So I called. Also, I'm a girl that never, not anymore, but during my 20s, I never have cash. I never had cash on me. Never. That night, I had $160 in 20s, and I think bail was like $180. I was $120 short of making bail.
Oh,
they threw me in the slammer.
The clink.
The clink.
Is that what they really
good.
call it?
It's so good. They threw me in the clink, and I'm standing there, and everyone's like, "What are you in for?" And I asked everybody what they were in for.
Are you not supposed to do that?
I don't know, but I make friends with everyone. Okay. And then they all gave me phone numbers when I got out because at the time a friend came and picked me up. And I got everyone's phone number and they said, will you call this person? Will you call this person? So I had 4 phone numbers when I left and I was calling going, hey, just want to let you know your friend is in the Santa Monica jailhouse. And it was so funny. People were like, what are you in for? And I was like, I got a speeding ticket. But the point is, it was
you got arrested after your first music video.
Yep. Thank God that didn't happen after Bad Blood.
Oh, can you imagine
after Bad Blood? If they threw me in the clink again and I said, sweetheart, I've been here before. You can't scare me.
That is.
I just realized that. That is so funny. So.
Okay, so you are a music video girl.
Yeah.
Would you ever do another one again?
If Tay-Tay asked me.
Oh.
I'm standing by for Taylor. I only do Taylor Swift videos now. I hit the big time. I've hit the big time.
The fact that you can say that is such a flex. Like, oh, I only do Taylor Swift.
I only do Taylor Swift videos.
Okay, you need to give me a little behind the scenes of the music video with her. Like, give us anything. You know the world is all Swifties.
It was so fun.
Oh, it's the best music video.
It's the best music video. And I think I'd already gone to the music the video awards. Look, I can't even think of what it's called. What's it called? The music awards?
Yeah.
When I got to go with the squad. No, it was after, right? After we made the video.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
That was the most fun. When being in the squad with all the cool girls
feeling
and
so
supermodels and all of it. It was like the most fun ever. It was just so great. And she was just warm and smart and kind and such a boss lady. And it was so amazing because what year was that? And I learned so much from her. That's what I love about her is she's so young, but she shows us so in such beautiful ways how to be fearless and a boss lady.
I literally was trying to fall asleep last night and I turned on the Eras tour to like put me to bed. And then I watched the entire thing and I was up till 3 a.m.
That's right. My daughter watches the same thing. We have it on a repeat. It's the best.
Call Her Daddy is brought to you by Shopify. I am one of those people who just wants to curl up and be cozy all winter, but the second summer weather starts to hit, I'm ready to grind, okay? And not like the 7th grade grind chain at the dance. I'm talking grind as in work. Usually summer is a slower pace, so I use it as an opportunity to get things done. If you have a side hustle that you have been dreaming about, summer is the perfect time to get started, Daddy Gang. And Shopify, the commerce platform behind the big brands that you know and love, is the best place to start and grow your business with tools like Shopify Magic and your own AI assistant. Yeah, you heard that right. You can easily set up an online store and start selling your products in no time. If you are nervous about doing it alone, With Shopify, it's not a problem. They'll operate as your back office, conveniently managing everything in one simple platform. Tag and sell your products globally and across all major social media sites right from your phone. I know how easy Shopify makes it to build and create your own online store. Do I want to sell Unwell merch this summer or tickets to our next event? Whatever I choose to dive into next, it's Shopify that has my back. Shopify also shows you where your customers are shopping from so you can know who to target and who to cater to. It's so fun to see how spread out the Daddy Gang is all across the globe. It makes my heart very full. Knowing where my audience is allows me to plan more personal product drops, and Shopify helps me get everything directly to customers as quickly as possible, which is so important for me with you guys. Shopify allows me to sell my merch directly to my channels. It's a side hustle summer, Daddy Gang, and you can start today. Check out shopify.com/daddy. That's shopify.com/daddy. Can we talk about your time on SVU? Obviously, I know that you've talked a lot about how people will come up to you and feel comfortable to disclose their stories. And sometimes they're telling it for the first time to you. Like, how does it feel to know people trust you like that?
It's such a privilege. It's such an honor.
Yeah.
It's insane. You know, I live a very unique existence that way, with such a deep connection, like soul connection to my, people, survivors and fans. And it's so different than I think maybe other artists have, because they share with me the deepest, most sacred, most tender, intimate parts of themselves with me. And there's such a beautiful, understanding or a feeling of safety. And that's been, it's hard really to put into words, to have such a connection with a person that almost requires no words, because it's an understanding. And I am so grateful. And I think it's part of the reason of SVU. Obviously it's been a marathon, and I love it, and I'm so not done with it. But there are times, and there have been years where I am, I've been running a marathon and I'm exhausted. But there's so much healing and so much beauty. And we know that bearing witness to someone's story is healing. And I'm just profoundly grateful that I get to be whatever part of somebody's healing journey. So it's magnificent.
It is. Last year, then, you shared in an op-ed that you are also a survivor and you were assaulted in your 30s. What made you want to speak about it publicly?
It was very interesting. I was doing the People magazine cover, and it was a feature on, milestones, right? I turned 60. Joyful Heart was 20 years old. I was married for 20 years, 20-year anniversary, and my oldest son going to college. And there was just milestone after milestone after milestone. And what's so beautiful about that is the journalist came over, and I wasn't planning on talking about that. And I had so much to talk about. And it just came up organically. And so the way I see that is, it was about me being present, and I was ready. I was just ready. And that felt also like a gift, that it just came up, and there was no shame, there was no stigma, there was no fear. I was unencumbered because of the work that I had done on it. And I had some work to do to process it. And again, I was so happy to. I was so happy to, because it just came up and that's where it was. And that was real. And I was ready to talk about it.
Because I was thinking, like, I noticed, obviously, there's like a parallel in this character that you've been playing is investigating these types of crimes, right?
That's right.
But then behind the scenes, you're processing trauma. Like, what was that like for you, being on SVU and having these heavy hitting topics every single week? Did it ever impact you emotionally with what you've gone through?
So much. And I think that's the deep compassion and empathy and understanding and connection of really understanding it on, a visceral level. And that's why I wanted to talk about it, because so many people blame themselves, myself included. And I couldn't process that I couldn't get out of it. I have gotten out of so many things through my intellect, through comedy, through just outsmarting, through, physically, and I couldn't get out of this, and I couldn't metabolize it. I couldn't understand that I couldn't. And that just lived in me. And so I blamed myself. And then it got to the point where it just became so clear what happened. And I was also in denial about it. And I remember I told my husband, and he looked at me like, Mariska, you said that you were never sexually assaulted. You were. He said that. And I remember going like, and that's why I understand about denial and dissociating. And I have so much room for that in people, because now I look at it and I say, I'm grateful for that part of myself that kept me safe, for that part of myself that said, you're not ready to deal with it. So there's no blame. There's only integration. And we have to scaffold ourselves. We have to support ourselves. We have to be ready. We have to build an infrastructure within ourselves and external support that we know that will be heard and that will be understood, and timing is right. And so I was very excited to share that, because I know that, as Olivia Benson, I know that people like project on me and think, oh, she's so this, she's so that, it could never happen to her. Well, guess what? It did. And there was nothing I could do about it. And even if I could, fight or flight is real, and people freeze. And that is the neurobiology of trauma. That is what happens. We freeze. And so understanding that and studying that, and I think that in all my, research and all the studying that I've done, and, really learning about trauma and understanding, the body keeps the score and how we hold trauma in our body on a cellular level, and, fracturing and memory fracturing and all the things that happen to us. I had to fully understand that to be able to talk about it, because I couldn't understand. And so many people couldn't understand. And my favorite thing was, after I shared that story, so many women came forward and said, that happened to me. And they couldn't believe that they didn't understand what happened to them physically.
It is like incredible the way you talk about it, and that you're doing this publicly, though. Not that it is like for you to have to do, but it does help hearing someone really put it in perspective, because there are so many people that are like, well, why did it take so long? And I've had it. I know it's going to happen. Like, well, why didn't you come out with this? Why does it take a decade later? And it's like normalizing that there is no timeline of when it is correct for someone to speak up about what happened to them that was traumatic. Trauma is not linear. You could come out with it the day of, you could come out with it never, or it could be 50 years. We don't know. But I think that question is such a question of privilege to be like, well, why didn't you? Well, then you probably haven't experienced something like that, because then you wouldn't be asking that question, or you're projecting.
But also, Alex, or they're also in denial.
Yeah.
And they're also not ready to deal with it, because I've had so many people that I've heard them talk about that. And certainly, in my movie, I Am Evidence, about the backlog of the untested rape kits, we have an expert talk about the neurobiology of trauma. And listen, when law enforcement said she was gang raped, well, she just lied there and she must have wanted it. They don't understand. So part of it is truly a lack of education and understanding. And also, for example, 1 out of, 3 women is sexually assaulted in their life, and 1 out of 6 men. It has been my experience that the men who have disclosed to me that were assaulted many times in their teens, all the men that have disclosed to me, and there's been a few, were all in their 50s. And that's just not an accident. It took them that long to process it. So I think that the people that are judging either are a little disconnected, or they are not educated in trauma.
Something that you wrote in your op-ed that I thought was really beautiful is you really talk about how your mission is to take the shame off of survivors and put it on who it belongs to, which is the abusers. What do you think, though, is the first step to doing that?
Women say, I was raped. Where's the perpetrator in that? There's no perpetrator. So there's a weird ownership, right? I think the blame, it has to be named. He raped me. Name it. One of the greatest pieces of advice that I've ever received, and I'll tell you 2. Well, there's 3. One is slowing down everything. The second is noticing things. Just notice it. Don't need to change it, but notice it. And the third is naming things, right? We push through our emotions to not feel because it's too painful. So for me, being able to slow down, notice a feeling, and honor it, not have to do anything. You take the pressure off, just sitting with yourself and noticing that. You go, and it's like, right? And then you name it. And once you name it, things get put in the right piles. So for me, this person raped me. I was not raped. He raped me. There was nothing I could do about it. And I have clarity about what happened. And I don't blame myself at all. I survived it. My unconscious and myself and my whole being did what I had to do to survive. And if that was going into denial about it, then so be it. I'm grateful for the part of me that said, we're not ready to deal with this. And you'll be ready when you're ready. Now, what did I do? I started a foundation for victims of sexual assault and domestic violence. So I did something about it. And I did something great about it. And I talked about it. And I dealt with mine when I was ready. And I'm grateful for that. And I have patience for that. And I have empathy for the part of myself that wasn't ready to deal with it. So that's what I feel like. I don't have judgment. I look at, I say, when you're ready, when people can't deal with it, when they judge, when they blame, when they go, you go, okay, I understand. That's about them. And you don't take that on. What you're doing is brave. It's powerful. You understand the power of healing. You know, I talked to so many people since you invited me to come be on this show, and people have a very emotional connection with you. And that's what I found so moving, right? Because you're so funny and you talked about, you know, fun stuff and comedy and frivolous things and silly things, and you go in.
Yeah.
And you do it all. I had somebody say to me last week, I said, what do you like about it? I wanted to understand. And they said, I grew up in a house where nobody talked about sex. I grew up in a house where it was I didn't know anything. I learned she's like my sister. And that made me, I was like, oh my God, I love her. But you know what I mean? But what you do, we're similar, I think, in a way. Yeah. I really do. And I feel a weird connection to you because
I do too.
You give people permission. You talk about things where people don't. What do I tell people in this field? Talk about it. Talk about it. Go to your dinner table and say, I want to talk about it. Talk to your sons, talk to boys, talk to your friends. People didn't talk about it, and now they do. And guess what? Everyone goes, me too.
Immediately. It's like conversation is such power, and it makes me happy to hear that because
it's power.
It is. And it's like people are just looking to feel connected because we're so isolated.
Are looking for community. You give that. I give that. We give that. Connection is everything. It makes us feel less isolated, less ashamed, less alone. Those were the things when people wrote to me. Those were the things in the letters that I got when people started disclosing their stories of abuse. I'm ashamed and I'm alone. I'm alone. They're so isolated. They didn't know to tell people. And as soon as you tell people, everyone says, I have a story. I have this. I have that. That's how we change the culture. That is what's so exciting. And I'm so happy. I don't know, it's not appropriate, but I'm so proud of you for what you did. I'm so proud of you for what you built and what you made and your fearlessness and your badassery.
I feel the same exact way with you. I think like when you meet women who are trying to do their best, it's like we're just sharing our experiences. Yeah. And yes, it's uncomfortable, but I've always said if me being vulnerable online can help anyone at home sitting in their room be like, oh my God, Alex, me too, then I did my job today.
You did your job today. And that's why I said people are like, oh, do you feel vulnerable? And I go, yeah, I feel really vulnerable. But guess what? When people are vulnerable to me, you know what it makes me want to do? Hug them.
Yes.
Hug them.
And get vulnerable again.
And get vulnerable again and tell them everything. You go, oh my God, I do. And then you have a connection with somebody that you may have out of fear or insecurity. You may have projected on them. And then you don't even see them.
Truly.
And they could be awesome and your bestie.
Right.
And then you have a connection forever. Because if somebody goes, I don't know that girl, then you go, you know what? Do you know her story? She's been through a lot.
Right.
And then you get curious.
So much.
You get curious about somebody. And even I say that to my daughter. It's one of my favorite things. You know, she's in middle school and it's tough to navigate. And she's like, this person was mean or this person was rude and she didn't talk to me. And I always go, why do you think? Do you think she was having a bad day? Do you think she felt insecure or jealous? Do you think she saw you with somebody else and did this? Because we're all so tender. And we just want to feel cozy and connected.
I know when people are acting out, a lot of times you're like, oh my God, don't even get mad. Be like, what is this person going through?
What's wrong? What Robin Williams said, we're all carrying, what's that beautiful quote? Everyone is fighting a battle that you know nothing about. Be kind always.
Boom. I know we only have so much time, so I have to ask.
I have a heart out at 5:00.
No, you 5:00.
No, I am jumping on a plane.
No, I know. So let me ask some of like the questions I need to ask.
Go.
Because the SB van.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm here for it.
First of all, I could talk about this with you we could go on a fucking retreat together and sit and talk and write 9 books together, but I only have so much time with you, so I need to ask these questions too. Okay, SVU fans are obsessed with you and Chris Maloney's on-screen dynamic. Obviously, talk to me about your friendship in real life.
We are just connected. We are so close. It's like we've been through the battle together. We know each other so well. We love each other so much. We respect each other so much. We connected, obviously, by living these stories and living and going so deep together for so many years acting. And he and I really bond over comedy. We have a very similar sense of humor, and we just have, you know what it is? It's shared perspective. It's shorthand. We are so comfortable with each other. We deeply trust each other. We know, like, whatever he needs, I will always be there for him. And that's mutual. And we have grown together. We've known each other 27 years.
When he left the show, I felt like obviously the entire world was just devastated. Like, how did you handle that? Did you know? Had you guys talked about it? Like, what was, and how did like it affect the cast and everything?
I was devastated. No, it happened very quickly, and it was surprising. It was over a negotiation, and I tried everything I could to fix it and change it. And, you know, again, it's one of these things in life where I have these, I'm sorry, I don't mean to have ADD, but I have these chandeliers.
You're lying.
I swear to God.
No,
Sophie?
No, we have
pull up my, the chandeliers in my dressing room.
You're lying. We have the same taste.
Were we separated at birth?
Yes.
We look so much alike. When I saw you, I was like, this is like a mirror. No. I'm going to show you I'm sending you photos of my dressing room. She has the sconce version of my chandeliers. Sorry, ADD moment. Come back. What would you ask me?
Oh, contract. He left. You were sad.
He left. I was devastated. And it was awesome. He was ready to go. He went on and did all these other great shows, great work. I got to meet some of my favorite humans. All the actors that have come on SVU. I will say this, it's a magical place. It's a magical place to work. Everyone is deeply, deeply invested. And my favorite thing of all of it is when guest stars come and say to me, "Is it always like this here?" And I go, "Yep."
What?
It's a team. It's fun. We laugh and we get it done. Like, we are so focused and so, listen, it's shorthand. Everyone knows a drill. Everyone's so good. And we know when to play. We know when to work. We have been together so long. There's a real intimacy. I'm like very close with my crew. Like, we text yesterday. We love each other and we are a team. And if somebody's not invested, they're out. Like, we bring our A game, best idea wins. And it is a joy. And I look forward to going to work every day. And you can't believe how much we laugh.
What time do you have to wake up?
Well, now that I've been on the show since 1926, my call is 7 every day. Everyone else gets up at like 5, but I'm like, sweetie, I'm going to roll in around 7:30. I hope you're cool with that. There's a little, mama's the boss. Mama's the boss now. I hashtag boss lady. What? I don't wield it around, but they're not confused. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm obsessed.
Yeah, no, it's really good. But I'm the hardest worker of all of them too.
There you go.
I don't play. I set the standard. I say, this is what we're doing. And if it's not working, I go, that's not good. Let's go again.
Okay, SVU talk for the really, really, really crazies they need me to ask. Olivia and Elliot had a will they, won't they relationship for years. Do you think they'll ever end up together?
Maybe on the last episode. I think that's when they should be together.
on the last episode.
Yeah.
Do you want them to be at the end?
If it's right. We'll see when we get there. We are soulmates in a way.
Yes.
We are. And I think that I mean, Chris has had a profound impact on my life, my artistry. I think we've had a big impact on each other. And so Olivia and Elliot are. But let's see where the story takes us, you know?
In our hectic, fast-paced lives, we could use some slowing down. Haagen-Dazs is made to be savored and enjoyed slowly. Introducing new Haagen-Dazs Belgian waffle cones, a completely new experience that's worth slowing down for. Daddy Gang, you've never had cones like this before, okay? They'll take crunch to a whole new level. Each crispy waffle cone is filled with the velvety smooth ice cream that Haagen-Dazs is known and loved for. Then it's finished with delicious toppings and a decadent bite of sauce waiting for you at the bottom of the cone, okay? Haagen-Dazs Belgian waffle cones come in 4 delicious flavors: vanilla salted caramel, summer berry, triple chocolate fudge, and toasted almond fudge. Boom. Sign me up. You guys know that I have the most hectic days at the office. So when I get home, I love to grab a little treat, toss my phone away, and take a minute to myself. These cones are a must-have in my freezer. I'm obsessed with the summer berry flavor. It's fruity and it's sweet. And seriously, it always hits the spot. It's the perfect way to end a long, 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 stressful day. Ice cream just always hits the spot for me, and these Haagen-Dazs cones are truly the perfect treat. Savor your moment of slow with new Haagen-Dazs Belgian waffle cones available at retailers nationwide. Okay, quick rapid fire. Who has been your favorite guest star to work with?
Are you fucking kidding me? There's so many good ones for different reasons.
Name a couple, quick.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I mean, the first thing comes out of my mouth right now is Bradley Whitford and Amy Landecker.
Boom. Okay.
Just because it's recent and they're so funny.
Okay, what episode of SVU are the most proud of? Rapid fire?
The one I directed, maybe, what's it called? In the,
that thing.
The one in the sky with Bradley Whitford. Go
Boom.
ahead.
Okay, what has been your craziest fan interaction?
The craziest fan interaction. Hold on, there's a lot. I like it when, like, you know, because I get so much love on the street, and I get a lot of love. Somebody's like, I don't get SVO. I don't get it. Somebody came up to me and I'm like, oh my God, well, I'm so sorry. Thank you. I don't know what to say. Sophie, do I have another fan interaction?
No, that's good. Sophie's not even. Sophie. But you live in New York City.
Yeah.
Is it like, can you walk to the bagel shop?
No. It's so awesome. But you have to understand, I walk. It's such a joy because I walk and they're like, oh my God, I love you. You know, it's
and they're like, Olivia.
Yeah. And I hug it out. I'm a hugger. It's very intimate, relationship in New York. Okay. So one time I was getting in my car and I saw a man fall. And so I went over, I jumped out of my car, I grabbed the man and I picked him up and I put him in my car and I took him to the hospital and then I took him home. Like I do like stuff like that a lot. If I see something, if you see something, say something. If I see something, I just handle it. There's stuff like that.
Has anyone ever mistaken you while you're on set for being an actual cop?
Well, there was the time when I was shooting a scene in a park and we were shooting a scene and the little girl came up to me crying and said hi. And she was just crying and she wouldn't talk. And I said, what's the matter, honey? And she said, she was crying. And I said, did you lose your mom? Where's your mom? And she was like, ah. And so I just picked her up. I said, can I pick you up? And I picked her up. And then I walked around the park until I found her mom. So I think she thought I was a police officer. But either way, she trusted me. So that was beautiful.
Olivia, we love it. Have you ever taken anything from set? Like, do you have any of like Olivia's memorabilia in your house?
Oh yeah, take whatever I want, whenever I want. I just go, can I have this? I always ask, can I have this? And they're like, yeah, go ahead.
Or they're like, no. And you're like, okay, thanks. And you take it anyway.
Yeah. They don't say no, but I don't ask for stuff like that. You know, they gave me like my real badge because I wanted that and I framed it and then they made a new badge for me.
That's really cute.
Yeah.
Okay. With all that you've achieved, How do you define success at this point in your life?
Peace, space, balance. I feel so peaceful and present in a new way. I haven't always. I used to have a lot of anxiety. I'd be scared. And I'm just not anymore. And I trust. I think that I trust. I think I had a lot of catastrophic thinking and was waiting for the shoe to drop, which is understandable, losing my mother and then this thing happening with my father. And now I feel steady and grateful and loved. I think my family is my biggest place of success in my life. It's everything that I wanted. My husband is everything that I wanted. My husband is my home, my cheerleader, makes me laugh if he can fix anything. And the best dad. I call him daddy. I'm just kidding. I so don't use that. It was a shtick. That was that.
That's the headline.
No, and then my kids, like our family. I love my kids so much, and I just love our family. I love our family. The fact that I get to go home right now to my kids and my family, I'm like, what else is there? What else is there? And integration. I say integration. This is what I was talking about, all the parts. I feel success because I'm integration. Everything's in balance. There's no like highs and lows. I'm like, oh, yes, okay, the movie is great. But I'm just settled being with you and being present and connecting. I just feel settled and hopeful. And now I go back to SBU and I'm like, oh, I wonder what I'll do. I'm not as fearful. You know?
I think that's incredible advice. Like even thinking back to the beginning of this episode when you were talking about, your 20s, you were like, that was the worst era of my life. And I know I have a lot of women in their 20s listening. Yeah. And I think it's so beautiful to hear from you how they should feel so hopeful that it's going to get better. You're going to know yourself more. You're going to grow into yourself more. You're going to learn how to heal your traumas. You're going to learn how to love yourself more. It's all coming.
Be patient and be gentle with yourself and know that there's parts of you at work and they're all trying to figure it out and they're all parts that want your attention. Mm-hmm. So be gentle and listen to that inner voice. My inner voice has guided me. And when I'm still enough to listen to it, it has all the answers. You already have everything you need. You already have it inside. And that's the thing that we need to grow into.
This was so lovely. I feel like I was just like at coffee with a girlfriend chatting. Truly, you are so inspiring. You're so talented. You're so smart. You're all the things of like a dream guest that I could have asked for. And my family and friends are so fucking jealous right now. And I had the best time. So thank you so much for coming on Call Her Daddy. This was a dream.
I am honored to be here. Let's do it again.
Woo! Woo!
What is up, Daddy Gang? It is your founding father, Alex Cooper, with Call Her Daddy.
Amaya Papaya, welcome to Call Her Daddy.
Oh my God, thank you for having me, the Alex Cooper.
No, I'm so excited to meet you. I feel like I've been watching you for like months now, and now to get to meet you in person, It feels pretty surreal, honestly.
Oh my God.
Okay, you are straight from Fiji to the studio. You just won Love Island. How the fuck are you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling so overwhelmed with gratitude. It's nothing but positive feelings, but I really do feel seen and validated.
Truly, like America fell in love with you and you became a fan favorite like pretty quickly early on. But did you feel that way in the villa, Amaya?
Girl, we were all so isolated.
Yeah.
And it really got to the point where I was like, I felt so misunderstood. And I'm like, wait, is there something wrong with me? Like, what am I doing wrong? Because in the real world, when you're feeling like that, you could easily just block someone. But while being there, you have to like be around certain situations. So
Do you usually block people?
I'm the person who'd be like, okay, you know what? Bye. Peace out. Block.
You're heavy on the block.
I'm heavy on the block, girl. I probably have so many people blocked that I don't even remember why. Maybe they didn't like the way my cat looked, and I'm like, you know what? Block.
Wait, you have cats?
Yeah.
How many? I didn't know if you were talking about your cat or your kitty cat.
Oh.
Wait, how many cats do you have?
I have two. So Romeo and Luna.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed. We, first of all, have to talk about the sweats.
I love
Sensitive Gangsta.
Sensitive Gangsta.
Made in honor of you. Can you explain to me, like, what is the story behind you calling yourself a sensitive gangsta? Because that literally is like the most viral fucking thing.
That's crazy. Okay, yeah. So sensitive gangster is just someone who's very in touch with their feelings and isn't afraid to emote. Is that the right word?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
To just show it. And gangster is just like, okay, these tears, don't let them fool you, baby. I'll cry while still holding my own toes down. Like, I'm still very grounded, but I'll probably just be crying in the process of standing up for myself.
Okay, that's literally the perfect definition. Someone changed that in the fucking dictionary. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Brooklyn. Shout out to Biggie.
How would you have described yourself as a kid?
I would definitely say I was the kid who would literally just follow people in the park and be like, hi. And then my favorite thing to do in the swings was to make the swings. You know when you tie the swings up, I'll just be there like, yeah, it's like getting so dizzy. But I definitely used to always like just, even if the conversations didn't include me, guess what? I'm inserting myself into a sandwich. Like, hi.
Amaya, I'm obsessed with you. Okay, who was your celebrity crush growing up?
My celebrity crush growing up, I would definitely say, I have a few.
Okay, name them, bitch.
I would definitely say Jacob Elordi. Yes, especially when he played Nate. I was like, oh.
Okay, he was like I love how you're saying specifically when he played Nate. That's like a little, do you like a bad boy?
No. We did not like Nate. We just like how he looked as Nate. We do not stand with Nate, okay? Oh my God.
I love the clarification.
Yeah.
Okay, what superlative do you think you would have gotten in high school?
What's that?
No, a superlative is like you would have been like the class clown. You were made to be famous. You were the most talkative. You would have been known to live in your mom's basement for the rest of your life. You were going to be a professional singer. Like, what do you think people would have labeled you as?
Okay, I would definitely say most talkative. Like, to the point where sometimes the teachers would have to like make me sit outside the room. They're like, but shut the fuck up. But God forbid I want to yap. I'm a yapper.
I love that for you. Okay, what made you want to become a nurse?
So I definitely just the caring side, and I'm a big empath, and I also just felt like I definitely do want to take my education more up. Like I want to go back to school for my PhD, so I could eventually become a professor for nursing students. But yeah, I was just like, when it came down to making the decision of what career path I wanted to go, there was no question. I was like, Nurse Amaya, cute and caring.
I'm dying.
Yeah.
I would imagine, I think all of us would be so happy if we got you as our nurse.
Aww.
Watching you walk in and smile. Like, I thought about that. Like, when do you think you're going to go back? Are you going to go back to work?
I definitely do see myself but still becoming a nurse. But the thing is, it's like, with my patients, I'm such a bit like, girl, if my patients are crying, I'll probably like shed a tear and just be there for them. Because you have to keep in mind that I'm with people on their worst day, like when they're feeling sick. So I want to be the person, the sunshine of their rainy day. Yeah.
I'm fucking obsessed with you. Okay, if you're going out with your girlfriends in New York, what are you doing? What's like your dream night out plans?
Girl, first of all, I love a girl's night out, okay? Dressing up in heels, going to a truffle pasta restaurant. But yeah, so it definitely will be all of us dressing up in heels, going to a nice restaurant, and going to a lounge. Like, I love a speakeasy. I love a dynamic like this where we're able to actually hear each other compared to like, girl, what you said? What did he do?
That's so real. You're like, I can't hear one fucking thing. You're just nodding, pretending you know what the fuck they're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, what was your longest term relationship?
My longest term was my first boyfriend. We were together for almost 4 to 5 years, 16 to 21.
Oh my God, why did it end?
Affairs.
No.
And like him being unfaithful. And after a while, like a girl, there's a reason why my standards are the way they are now. Because sometimes you have to just go through some shit. So like, girl, a laxative was taken for real. I went through some shit, okay? So now I am who I am now.
That's actually hilarious.
No, seriously.
Wait.
Explosive diarrhea.
How did you find out? I'm sorry, I'm not laughing about you getting cheated on. I'm laughing at you saying explosive diarrhea. How did you find out that he cheated?
I mean, there would be girls DMing me to let me know. Sometimes your girl went through the phone. I'm traumatized with the phone now. I'm like, please turn it away.
Dude.
But yeah. Mm-hmm.
And how, after you found, like, how did you have the courage to end it? Because I'm assuming you saw like a couple things, and then how did you know you needed to put an end to it?
At a certain point when behavior just weren't changing.
Yeah.
Like, and then it started to make me feel like I needed to question myself. And like, am I pretty enough? And like, what is there wrong with me? But babe, there's never nothing wrong with you. You're just with the wrong person.
Facts. Mm-hmm. What do you think it's like to date you?
I really do think it's very entertaining to date me. I'm always saying like the most randomest things ever. But I am definitely like a very nice girl. Like, I definitely want to, after a long day, babe, tell me about your day. Like, I want to listen to you and make sure that you feel seen and cared for.
Do you have a type?
You know what? Like, of course, like, I want to be attracted to someone, but it's the personality that would make me more attracted to someone. So once that personality and I start seeing certain colors, I'm like, where's my exit out? Yeah. And then on to the next.
Personality starts first. If you could create a dream man, what would he be like? What would he look like? And what would he do for work?
Okay, so I would say he definitely has to be taller than me, which isn't that hard to find. Your girl's only like 5'3", but definitely like I like somebody over 6 feet. I like somebody who's tatted up. That tattoo, like I feel like tattoos is another way of somebody like expressing their creative style. Like I find that beautiful. And a strong man, but not too strong. Like, you know, like somebody who, I don't like the whole, like, can you, like looks like they're about to pop sometimes. Like, so
fucking
strong,
real.
but not that strong.
Right.
Yeah.
Where like you literally like go to the gym 5 times a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like chill. Okay. What is your biggest turnoff?
My biggest turnoff is men speaking badly about other women. Like, seriously. Especially if they're always, like, talking bad about your ex. Babe, was she really the problem or were you the problem?
Call Her Daddy is brought to you by T-Mobile. Have you ever met someone and they're the total package, right? Well, that's what it's like being with T-Mobile. You will not believe what you can get with Magenta Status, Daddy Gang. First off, it's amazing coverage, okay? You're connected wherever life takes you. At home, overseas, in the air, even off the grid. Plus, you get unbeatable value from day one. And that's not even the best part. You can get perks on travel, dining, concerts, streaming, and more. With T-Mobile, you're a member with Magenta Status from day one, Daddy Gang. So experience amazing value, next level connectivity, and access to exclusive benefits. With T-Mobile, you can have it all. No more settling. We do not settle, Daddy Gang. I love having T-Mobile because it means I have access to Wi-Fi on planes, which is without a doubt necessary right now. Even as I'm heading off to a random trip, I'm like, boom, tuning in, boom, thank you, T-Mobile. Plus, with Magenta Status, there are amazing restaurant perks. And when I'm in a new city, I always want to try and just get the best local cuisine. So experience Magenta Status at T-Mobile.com/benefits. You need to tell me about the moment that you found out that you were going on Love Island. Who were you with? Where were you? What was your reaction?
So basically I was with my mom. I was taking her away for her birthday actually in Curacao. So it was just like a very me, mommy and daughter moment. And then I get the phone call and they're like, yeah, so you're definitely coming. And I'm like, what? Like, this is insane. My mom didn't even know what Love Island was or is. So I was just like, listen, there's some scenes that you might have to turn your head away for, but girl, I'm excited to like do the show, do the whole experience.
Did you apply or did they find you?
So they did find me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they sent me a DM. So yeah.
They slid in your DMs.
They slid in the DMs. It go down in the DMs.
Wait. And Amaya, were you a fan of Love Island?
So I never watched a full season.
Okay.
But I feel like once you watch enough TikTok clips, you feel like you know everything that's going on. So I was definitely the one on TikTok like, oh, wait, he did what? Like, I was so invested.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, it is like a full commitment to actually watch a full season.
Yeah.
You watch like 30-something, 40 hours of your life is gone, but it's worth it. Trust me, it was worth it. Okay, most contestants, I feel like, have their family or their friends take over their social media while they're gone. You had no one in your accounts. Why?
To be honest, that was just the last thing I thought or cared about. Like, I honestly really did not care, like, for doing that. I was like, you know what? Let me just go and just really indulge in the whole experience. Like, you know, it was just like, it didn't cross my mind.
Which makes, I think, a lot of people love you even more because I think they're like, okay, this bitch never was in it for the clout.
Oh, hell to the no. Like, literally, I was like, once they took my phone away, I'm like, okay, mom, I'm not getting kidnapped.
You're like more worried, like, mom. So it's called Love Island. One more time. I'm going to be over here in Fiji if you need to contact me. Bye. Were your friends aware of how big the show is? Like, were they excited for you?
Yeah. So my best friend, especially, she was like, girl, oh my God, this is amazing. But I also was single for the first time in a very long time, like for more than a year. And I felt like really confident in myself. So it was a good place of solitude and just me being okay by myself. So then that's when I was like, okay, I'm definitely ready to start dating, you know?
It's a pretty good way to start dating again.
Yes.
Okay. You come into the villa as a motherfucking bombshell.
Grenades.
Girl.
A good grenade.
A good grenade. Wait, let's clarify. Yes, a good grenade. But like, Amaya, you have to explain to me how the fuck would you hype yourself up right before you walk out and have to like make out with all these guys and go into this challenge?
Well, first of all, that is the first time I ever done something like that. My sherry definitely was popped. But like, seriously, it was just self-affirmations every day. Like, I was so nervous. I don't know if you guys like could tell, but I was like, you got this, you got this, you got this. So yeah, I was just hyping my own self up and just telling myself, do not fall, do not like do anything too crazy, but definitely just go all in.
Are you able to like take a shot before you go out, or you're dead sober?
Girl, I am sober as hell. Like, I had to do all of that sober with no tequila, no Don Julio Agafurio. Like, it was literally just me doing me. Yeah.
Raw dogging it.
Raw dogging it. No condoms.
Holy fuck. That's why like I have so much respect for all of you women in these challenges because I'm like, oh my God, I would have to get into a serious fucking place in my head to go twerk on someone and make out with like 5 guys and be dead ass sober.
Seriously.
Okay. How much do the bombshells get to watch before you go in? Like, were you aware of who was coupled up with who at that point?
So I was able to watch like a clip of some scenes, but not the full gist of it. And especially since I got on like early on in the beginning, I think it was like day 3 for me or day 4. I only got to see the beginning. So I didn't really see like how serious certain dynamics were at the time. Very clueless.
Okay. You come in, who do you immediately have your eye on?
Jeremiah with his symmetrical face. He has such a symmetrical face. Like
I never thought about it like that.
he really does.
So do you.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, I have a bad ear here that I'm hiding away.
Stop. You literally did your hair today.
That's what I
for
thought.
your...
I was like, wait, hold on. There's a reason why this side is always getting the side that's picked.
That's why we put her in this chair today. We didn't switch because we love her left ear, not the right ear. Wait, I'm dead. Okay, so immediately you were attracted to Jeremiah because his symmetrical face.
Yes, I was like, oh, this man is tall, like, you know, very symmetrical, he's handsome.
I'm fucking dying. Okay, did you feel like you were able at all to like connect with him in that moment because of how kind of serious like Huda and Jeremiah were in the beginning?
Yeah, I mean, it was a very good smooch. And I was like, okay, let me see what happens from here on out. Like, I'm like really down to conversate with him, but we also don't beg, okay, baby? I'm a jogger, but we don't be chasing for these men out here. So once I just wanted to see how the conversations would go. And if it was just going left, I would have been like, all right, thank you, next.
Obsessed. Your first real then connection was with Ace. And bitch, that did not last fucking long. That was like in and out real fucking quick.
Dude, and then now burgers outside. You already know, baby. We were in and then out. Like,
dude, it was so quick. It was like, oh my God, why do you think it fell apart so quickly?
you know, boundaries. Boundaries and babe, like, okay, no, but to be fair, to be serious, it's just like, you know, that's the whole point of the experience. The more you conversate with somebody, you see if there's a real connection there, and if you and this person, what is the word, compliment each other, like compatible, compatible. So it turned out that, girl, like, we were just not compatible in a romantic way. We were just
it almost felt like not even compatible. It was like in the beginning, I think a lot of people on the internet were like, oh my God, this man is giving like he really doesn't fuck with you. And it was all off of you just saying, like, calling him babe. just babe. It did not fuck with him. Like, why do you think that bothered him so much?
I mean, to be honest with you, like, to each their own. Everybody has their own boundaries. However, it was just like, that's really part of my lingo. And I know he did ask the question of like, do you usually call your partners babe or something like that? And I just gradually said yes. I was like, yeah, but like, I guess he thought I was being disrespectful when I'm not going to change who I am or change the way I speak. So like, it's really hard to not have a normal conversation with you because now I feel like I have to think about everything I say.
Totally. You want to be yourself, and if it doesn't work for someone, you're getting the fuck out.
Exactly.
Done. Throughout this season, I feel like a huge conversation online was Ace was kind of like really criticized for trying to be like the leader of the villa. How did you guys feel in the villa? Like, did he feel like this big leader, or was that kind of just like portrayed online differently?
To be honest with you, like, Ace just has a very like strong personality, and he's the type of person that if he feels a type of way, he would definitely speak up on it. So I think that's what it was more about, like, compared to some other people. They were very quiet or more of a follower, or like, you know, well, not like a follower essentially, but
I get it. Like, not as outspoken and like speaking up about certain things that are upsetting him. Do you think, because I think like I even felt this way watching it, like, do you think there was any part of Ace that voted out Jeremiah because he kind of saw him as like this threat of like man to man, like I'm kind of competing with this person?
Yeah. So I was trying to get like, you know, the tea during the villa of like, wait, what's going on? Like, what's the beef? Like, why is there like a back and forth between him and Jeremiah? But the guys just personally, from what they said, they felt as if Jeremiah was just it wasn't there for the right reason.
There was a huge rumor online that Ace and Shelly had secretly been dating before going on the show. We know they met and they acknowledged that, but people were like convinced there was something more outside of the villa. What was your take on that whole thing?
To be honest with you, I believed Shelly when she said that her and Ace like definitely like met outside of the club once. But from what it seemed like, it didn't really seem like they really knew much of each other like before that. I guess it was just that one interaction, probably sliding in the DMs once again, that goes down in the DMs. But I don't think they were like dating.
So it didn't feel like they were playing a game.
No.
And can you clarify, like, because I think maybe it was like Jeremiah or Ace or someone said this in press, like, a bunch of you kind of low-key knew each other from social media. Is that fair to say?
So it's so funny because I knew of Shadi before going into the villa. We worked with the same photographer before, so he would always post their content, and I'm like, oh wait, like I would hype her up. She's a gorgeous woman. So going into the villa, keep in mind, me and her have never hung out before. I was like, are you slim thin? Like, girl, I know you. Like, we follow each other. So we knew of each other. And yeah, it wasn't like...
Okay. So she was the only person you knew of?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. Okay. There was a lot of speculation. Can you confirm, is Ace actually 5'10"?
Man, I'm really bad with height.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'3".
So he was taller than you?
Yes, he was taller than me.
But shorter than Huda?
No.
Wait, how tall is
Huda's 5'2".
Wait, she is?
Yeah.
Online it says Huda is 5'9".
No, she is not. She is nowhere near 5'9".
Okay, so maybe he's like 5'8".
5'8", yeah.
5'8".
5'8", yeah.
Okay. Coming in as a bombshell obviously can put women on edge. What was it like? Like, was it hard for you to make friends immediately?
You know, I would have to say the first couple of days were tough a little bit, you know, just coming in as a bombshell, like you said, people could be uneasy with that, or sometimes they already are in a couple. So it's kind of like you're taking away their quote unquote man or boo. So yeah, I remembered like the first couple of nights where I was sleeping, I like cried myself to sleep, and then somebody in the bedroom was like, is someone crying? And I'm like, no, it's just my allergies, bro.
No.
God forbid a girl has allergies. I was like in the bed, like just crying in bed, and then somebody was like, who is doing that? And I'm like, oh, bro, it's just allergies. Waking up with my face all puffy because I'm just sensitive, like honestly, like, and obviously like after a while it didn't feel like that like anymore, but especially with the argument between Ace and I and how I was probably portrayed, it was just like, damn, man, like I'll just go to my corner and be my own best friend.
Dude, that makes me so sad for you. I wish I could have like hugged you while you're like sniffling. That makes me so sad. I think a big moment, obviously I know you and Huda are in a good place now, but when you first came into the villa, the tensions were high. And were you surprised at all by her reaction with the Jeremiah thing and you at all?
Like surprised in a way. It was like, damn, like she really has strong feelings for him, you know? Like, and I would always stand up for myself. So I don't think to be like confrontational or anything like that, but I definitely will hold my own ground. But just seeing how serious they were, I was like, damn, like, okay. You could like, that's yours.
That's yours.
Yeah.
We saw her venting about you to the other girls saying, quote, that bitch is fucking messy. Did you know that?
No.
So after the challenge and you guys like kissing, she talked to the girls and was like, that bitch is fucking messy. Did she ever say anything to you about your situation with Jeremiah or no?
No, not really. I mean, I remember one time we were getting dressed in a dressing room, and this was like day 2 for me. And the girls were just asking me like, who are you going to talk to? So then I like slowly named the guys, and there was like a mic drop moment where I was like, and I'm gonna talk to Jeremiah. And then I just like looked at her straight in her face because she was like sitting on the floor doing her makeup to like see like what she'll say. And she was like, you can talk to him, you can explore him. So man, I like messy. Baby, we cleaned up that mess. Where's the broom? The broom was in the corner waiting for me.
I think a lot of people thought, like, especially online, because we're not in the rooms with you guys, thought like, wow, Huda is intimidating. Like, we saw there was a moment with Nick where he was like, I'm so intimidated by you. Like, when you are in Huda's presence, like, is she intimidating? Like, what's the vibe?
Girl, she is the funniest girl I have ever met. Like, the nicest girl. Very motherly, you know? She is a great mommy. So she just has that very nurturing side to her. And I know we did start it off in the rocky place. But, girl, sometimes friendships, the great friendships are like, starts from that. And eventually with time it just was clear that we were really misunderstood, me and her, which made us bond to each other even more. Like we yeah, you know, like if we just felt like nobody really understood how deep we are with our feelings, so we just bonded off of that, like going on forward.
That makes sense, because I feel like a lot of watching of The Villa, like you can tell there's certain people that gravitate towards each other.
Yeah.
And I agree. I felt like you and Huda weren't that close in the beginning, but towards the end, you guys, even if we see like a shot of you guys behind whoever they're like filming, you guys are together talking, eating together. Like you guys kind of really got together, but I didn't know why. And that makes a lot of sense, because you guys had kind of similar situations in a way.
Sure.
Okay, we have to talk about another one of the biggest conversations online was what the fuck went down in the heart rate challenge. Amaya, everyone is like, did Huda take it too far? None of us were there. We couldn't see the angle. Do you think she took it too far with Ace?
I mean, listen, whenever we do challenges, we just really go all in. Like, we don't have a TV, we don't have our phones. This is our entertainment. Like, we're like, okay, we're in an amusement park. Let's just go for the ride. So, you know, seriously. And listen, one thing about my girl is she's a great dancer. She knows how to, when she shakes that booty, it's an earthquake following through. So, you know, I believe that she really just had fun and lost in the moment, like lost in the sauce. Like she's just having fun, you know?
Yeah. She's twerking. It's all going down.
I definitely don't think like she should have been like attacked or...
Because I think a lot
It's just a challenge. It's just a challenge
until is it not a challenge? What's happening? I think what happened, because you guys don't get to see the edits that we watch, was like she got on top of him. And then basically why there was this conspiracy theory was we see her flip around, her ass is in his face, and then the next shot it's cut and she's like getting up. So everyone is convinced that she put her ass in his face.
Dude.
Can you confirm or deny?
My mouth was to the floor watching the whole performance. I was also mesmerized by the booty. I was like, damn, there's a lot going on. I think it was definitely like face down, ass up, jiggly, like.
Do you think Shelly was in the right for being upset, or was it taken too far?
I would have to say I kind of a little like get Shuddy's point in a way, you know, like, okay, I guess you guys are having the strongest connection currently. But since you guys aren't officially closed off yet, then it's like fair game.
Facts. Okay, I need to know, back to when I had asked you earlier, did you guys get to take shots? Is there music playing in this heart rate challenge, or is it dead fucking silent?
We listened to the same song for like, I think 2 to 3 times.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, can you play it for me and like sing it?
Girl, it was Nicki Minaj, Starships.
No.
Yes, let's shut this down.
Okay, wait, at least it's Nicki Minaj.
Yes.
I thought it was about to be fucking elevator music.
Oh, no. Oh my God, that would have been so, that would have been so funny. I think I would have not been able to take it serious.
It's like do 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 do, and you're like shake that ass. Okay, that makes me feel better that it's Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Like at least that's like kind of a fucking vibe.
Yeah.
Okay, after the heart rate challenge, it felt like a lot of the women's relationships kind of turned in the villa because things got really contentious. Like, did you feel the change in the villa with the women after that challenge?
I definitely did feel like there was tension, especially after the whole Hella situation. Like it was tense for a couple days.
Can I ask, like, did you feel like the villa was cliquey? Like, were there specific cliques?
I feel like we tried our best to interact with everybody, but I definitely would have to say like there's people who gravitated to each other more, just like the way I gravitated to Huda, like naturally, you know.
Before Huda, and like who else do you think you were closest with?
I would have to say me and Alandria have a great friendship. I remember like when the whole Ace Babe situation happened, I really did isolate myself. I was spending the whole day like crying, and she was really one of the main girls, just consoling in me and also making sure that my feelings are validated and I wasn't being like too much, you know. So I would definitely say her.
Yeah, I feel like Alandria like was so good at having really like calm, thoughtful conversations with the girls, and she was kind of sometimes like a grounding force where she would show up for someone even if she wasn't as close with them.
Yes.
Like obviously she like was ride or die for Shelly and they were best friends, which is beautiful. But like she did put herself out there in moments because when she saw a girl was kind of down bad.
Yes.
AKA you in that moment.
100%.
Okay, you came in with Hannah. And the other girls ultimately sent her home during one of the voting sessions.
Yeah.
I know you weren't in those conversations because you were also up on the chopping block.
Yeah.
But why do you think, looking back, they made that decision?
Man, that was a really tough night. And everybody knows, like, Hannah, my bombshell sister, we both came in together. So it was like, damn, like, it was really insane. But from their point of view, they just wanted... They said that she already formed 2 strong connections before, and that she will like get sometimes tunnel vision like with the guy that she's currently in the couple with, and in regards to like not being as open. So they said that they wanted to keep me so I could have the opportunity to still possibly find my connection, which thank God I did. And with Iris, they said that they kept Iris because she just started to get to know TJ or something like that. Yeah.
Yep. Do you, I think
was it TJ or
I think it was
Jeremiah? It was one of the
one
guys.
of them at that point. Yeah. But like, what do you think about that? Because I think this season, was the first season that people were kind of being like penalized for having strong connections.
Yeah.
And then people were like, voting people off that had strong connections, which I thought was the whole point of the show. But then the minute people had strong connections, people were like, okay, well then you're done, get off the island. Like, it kind of was confusing. Like, did you guys have conversations more in depth that maybe we didn't see about like the way you guys were gonna approach it?
So when it came down to every elimination, like everybody had a different standpoints in regards to how they want to go about it. They said that it relays more on the people who are standing up there and what's going on with that. But we all did discuss that if no one's officially closed off, we should be open. And if like that's not a conversation that was brought up, they would just, we all just agreed to staying open until anyone is officially closed off.
Okay, so I see. So it's like if you're not closed off, but you're acting closed off, then what's going on here?
Yes.
Because it's like then close off. So we're like, wow, you guys are in a relationship. This is beautiful. But if you're saying you're still open, but you're not actually talking to people, then what's the deal?
Yeah, that's exactly the whole point.
Okay.
Because then it gets messy, it gets weird because and then you guys are acting closed off. So if a girl was to approach the guy that you're currently in a couple with, it will start some whole drama for her. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, out of the guys in the villa, who would you say was your closest friend?
Me and Nick didn't really talk to each other at the beginning as much, but towards the end, Nicolata really became my brother. Like, he is such my brother. Like,
have you seen the rumor that he wore a wig the whole season?
Goodbye. Are you kidding me?
Oh my.
Yo, what?
There is like a shot.
That is hilarious. I need to tell him this. This is hilarious.
There is like a shot of the girls' dressing room. And in front of one of the girls, you kind of see this like curly little bundle. And it looks kind of like Nick's head. And everyone's like, was that motherfucker putting a wig on this entire fucking season? I mean, there's no way.
There's no baby. I'm gonna double verify tonight. I'm gonna put tuck on his hair,
Nikki.
But no, he just has good curls.
Okay, that's so good. Okay, let's talk about your next connection, Austin.
Yes.
Okay, can you describe your time with him in 3 words?
Man, explosive. I would definitely say ecstatic, and then towards the end, surprising.
I fucking love you. Okay, you guys were coupled up right before Casa more.
Yeah.
Going into Casa, how much was Austin on your mind once you started exploring things with Zach?
So literally before I left to Casa Amor, me and Austin had a slight conversation of him wanting to take things slow and in a slower pace. And baby, we were already moving slow. No, like seriously, we wouldn't kiss outside of the challenges. We weren't really cuddling with each other. Every conversation we had was very just meaningful. So I'm like, moving slow. Babe, we're already in turtle speed. Like this is gonna take up I was just confused. So with him saying that to me, going into Casa Amor, I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to just be open, you know?
You get into Casa Amor. Why do you think Zach ended up choosing you over Alondria at the Casa recoupling?
So during that time, from what he explained to me, he felt like we have more of a romantic connection. And in regards to him being with Olandria, he felt like it was more platonic. So that's what he told me.
Okay. Olandria was given a chance to stay in the villa by recoupling with Nick. How did you feel about the connection? Did you feel like it was genuine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Especially with how they were in the villa prior to that. I feel like they definitely already had that friendship connection to begin with. So and then moving on forward, I know there's him and her had smooches. So I'm like, okay. Like I definitely love them together as a couple.
Okay. We need to talk about the Standing on Business challenge. Hidden Valley Ranch now comes in a new easy squeeze bottle. The same ranch you love, just in a new, easier to use bottle. New look, same great flavor. Hidden Valley Ranch is the original ranch, the brand that created ranch in 1954. Recently, Hidden Valley Ranch changed its packaging, moving from the original paddle bottle to new easy squeeze bottle. The new bottle offers a lot of benefits, including making it easier to just get the right amount of ranch out without making a mess and helping you get out every drop. Hidden Valley Ranch is America's #1 ranch. Visit walmart.com/Hidden Valley for a new easy squeeze bottle of Hidden Valley Ranch today. Hidden Valley Ranch, only serious about flavor. Okay, we need to talk about the Standing on Business challenge. Girl.
Sensitive gangster might come out. Hold on.
She's about to start crying again. I'm gonna fucking cry for you. When you walked up to your mailbox, what were you expecting to see on your end?
I mean, I just really did. I was hoping that people would just be honest with me prior to that, because there was a lot of things I found out that night about how people felt that never once said it to my face. So with me, I'm not like that. I usually just say things to people how I feel. I don't wait for a challenge to do so. But I was preparing myself for the worst because of how things rolled out, especially in the first days.
Ace, Austin, and Zach all ganged up on you in this moment. And as a viewer, it was like,
dude,
Amaya, it was so uncomfortable and upsetting to watch, especially just like as a woman, like woman to woman. I was like, somebody fucking go save this girl. How did it feel in that moment standing up there alone?
Oh my God. And plus, people were already not necessarily complaining, but just say I cry too much. So it's like, damn, how can I not cry right now? It was a really, really tough moment for me, to be honest with you. Like to just be on that podium and having nobody but myself at that moment. I'm like, you know what? I just really, it's on my plate. So I'm going to eat up and digest the food. And guess what? Thank you for spilling the tea on how it really feels. But it really did. I was blacking out. Like,
I can imagine like completely just dissociating in that moment. Cause you're like, just stand here, try not to cry. Okay, I'm crying. Try to hold it together.
Yes.
Have you ever experienced anything like that situation in your real life ever?
To be honest, no. Because like once again, like I'm able to walk away and like block someone when I feel like there's a conversation is just leading to something horrible. But at that moment, I really just needed to embrace it and just stand
on business, you know? And on top of that, I had no idea Zach felt that way. And that was the person I was currently in the couple with. So out of everybody, I was like, okay, at least I have somebody to stand up for me. But it was not him at all.
Okay, during the challenge, yes, the guys were basically accusing you of coming on too strong and being too much too soon. To have 3 men all be collectively saying that to you, like, why do you think all of them were that triggered by you?
I mean, my father loves to say that a strong, confident woman, especially a woman who's in touch with her emotions, would intimidate the cowards and people who are not vulnerable and open like that. So it's just more like, I never understood the coming off too strong part, because I never groped anybody. I swear that I was like, I started to get so scared of how I felt like I was walking on eggshells. If I looked at somebody for too long, it was just like, yeah, bro, she wants to get married with me the next day. Like, we never spoke about marriage or kids talk. I never groped anybody. Like, they just really started to make me feel like I was just doing too much.
Right. So you're like, I'm not even gonna make eye contact with you.
Right.
Like,
Can I make eye contact with anybody? Or like me, my pinky toe touching their pinky toe is sex to them? And like, keep in mind, guys, we're on Love Island. We're supposed to be, I thought this was a kiss and dating show. And I can't even have my shoulder touching you now, bro. Like, seriously.
It's so facts. I was like, what is going on? Like,
I thought I was going crazy. I'm like,
yeah.
Did I not know what I signed up for? Like, I know I'm a very open sexual girl and love her smooches, but nobody wanted smooches there with anybody.
I will say I lost so much respect for all 3 of those men in that moment too, because I think there's one moment, yes, to voice your opinion. Yeah. But when you start to gang up on someone who is just standing there and getting it from every angle, like, read the room. Guess what? You're going to be on this island for a long time. You can have this conversation privately, but to publicly try to embarrass you, it just was so inappropriate. Throughout the season, you stood up for other women, but no one stood up for you in that moment.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know if it was just more of them letting the conversation just be done and be finished. But yeah, it was just like me, particularly, especially like me, like at that moment. But I remember when I walked off, Hala and another islander, I think it was Sierra. Yeah, they came in to comfort me for a little bit. But no, it was my voice against 3 guys. And baby, this voice was loud, okay?
What do you wish someone of the girls just would have said?
All right, guys, like, take it easy. Like, calm down. Just calm down. It was really tough. But I'm telling you, like, out of this whole experience, my skin is so thicker now. Thicker than raw beef, okay? Like, or it's burnt beef. Like, this skin is tough now, baby.
Wait, Amaya, if you actually, like, now thinking back, like, why do you think no one stood up for you?
Maybe they felt the same way, or maybe they just didn't want to get involved. Probably, I think that's what it was. They didn't want to probably get involved in the crossfire that was happening. But though I was taking the bullets like boom, boom, baby, I was KO. I had to walk away. I was game over. I was like, what the fuck? What the fucky is going on?
Had roles been reversed and you were sitting and one of your girls was up there literally like verbally getting the shit beaten out of her, what would you have said?
They would have heard me from across the room. I would have been like, actually, no, I have a question. Like, you're not going to be speaking to anybody like that, especially not one of my girls.
Okay, you mentioned, and let's get to it, someone did stand up for you and speak up for you in that moment. Mr. Brian, how did that change the way that you saw him?
I mean, like, initially, I always thought he was very cute, very, very handsome. But just hearing his voice, because I thought it was just like arguments and people just attacking me. And to the point where one moment I put my head down and wasn't looking up. And then I heard him say, wait, hold on. And I looked up and I was like, my eyes just glowed, and I really did feel like he was my knight in armor that night, like just saving me. And after that, I did a double take, baby girl. I was like, what? Brian, you know what? I need to talk to you. Come over here.
You're like, Brian, I bet if I kind of grazed toes with you, you would be turned on, okay? And you wouldn't think I'm trying to fuck you, though. We could have a nice conversation.
Right.
Because you're a grown-ass man. Okay, what made you realize after like initial attraction and loving that he stood up for you, what made you realize you wanted to be in a couple with Brian?
So after the conversations just kept on being so flowy, and I felt like I was being my complete self around him without feeling tamed and without feeling like my wings are being clipped off. Like, it really just felt so natural. And I also felt like we had a lot of things in common. We come from the same background. So he like really do understands me in a different way, you know? So yeah, it really started off like from that.
Okay, how did the night in the Hideaway help strengthen your connection, honey?
Oh, baby girl, it was steamy, all right. We were sweating. Like, it really was a great feeling to just have that private and intimate moment because, like, back in the villa, yes, you're able to have private conversations, but there's still people around. And, like, that just forced us to really be just us two. And, like, if we didn't want to conversate with each other, we have somebody else to conversate with. But now it was like, no, we actually do want to talk to each other. Like, we love talking to each other and being next to each other. And the next morning, before like heading back, I remember just sitting down by the jacuzzi with him, and we were just quiet. Like, it was beauty in the silence. Like, I really did feel like I found my best friend where I could yap away, or where we're having our quiet moments. It's like one of the best quality times with him.
That makes me so happy for you because I relate to you, and like, I'm a yapper too.
Yeah.
I love talking and I could talk forever, but when you find someone that you can be so comfortable with that silence isn't awkward and you can just be still and yourself, that's a huge sign of like progress in a relationship, that you don't have to do the small talk. Okay, I have to ask, did he end up eating the kitty in the Hideaway?
Eat that kitty in the Hideaway. I said, eat that kitty. Well, he definitely took some advice. We had a great night.
You had a good time.
Yeah.
Did you feel like your physical chemistry was there?
Oh, 100%.
Love that for you. Okay. How often, aside from now the Hideaway, like how often were people actually like hooking up and fucking in the main room?
Dude, well, I don't know if it's like you guys caught on, but we did have a code word, journey. And it kind of traumatizes me now. Like, when somebody outside be like, oh, a journey, I'm like, how dare you? Clutching my pearls. But like, if we had a code name, but people were having journey, so for sure.
And was it at all ever like awkward while you're all trying to go to bed and you're hearing like smacking noises?
Like, dude, I'm like, can I sleep? We already don't get enough rest around here. But you know what's like, as you should, baby girl.
Do you guys have sound machines or like earplugs?
The earplugs were not plugging. Like, listen, seriously, those were low quality earplugs because we were so able to like hear things. And I'm like, dude, okay. Especially if there's a couple right next to you.
I'm fucking dying. One of the biggest major turning points of the season that I think the internet truly felt, so I want to hear your take on it, was when America voted you as the most genuine and most trustworthy Islander.
Yeah.
As viewers, we felt like we watched everyone almost shift and kind of treat you really differently, Amaya, like after that moment. Did you feel the shift?
I felt the shift a little bit, for sure. I mean, it was just like, okay, now you want to talk to me? Like,
period.
You know, your girl be clocking it. We didn't have no watches over there, but baby, I clocked certain tea. And it's like, don't talk to me now. I'm okay. School over. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like one of the things that was actually infuriating me personally was like seeing Zach literally tell you that he was basically like disturbed that you tried to kiss him.
Dude.
And then he's trying to climb up on that fucking daybed with you, being like, honey.
Girl, I was so confused. Somebody find me a map because I'm lost. Like, what the fuck? I mean, like, no, seriously. I was confused. He's a grown man. He couldn't tell me no. He kissed me. We were kissing back in Casa Amor. That's why it was, like, uncomfortable. Like, what? Right, that's a strong word.
You literally came at me at the fire pit during the challenge. You're saying how uncomfortable you are around me. You don't want to be with me. You don't like me.
Yes.
And then America is like, by the way, motherfuckers, let us remind you who the fuck is the favorite since none of you know.
Yeah.
We put you at number one, and everyone, you see Ace's face, and he literally is like,
Ha ha. Ha.
and everyone is like, oh my God, Ace and Zach specifically, it was like, let's watch you two try to figure out how to rearrange this narrative in your head. And let's see. And I was praying to fucking God you saw through Zach's bullshit.
Oh, I saw, girl.
Okay, good.
I don't have 20/20 vision, but I have 20/20 vision at that moment, okay? It was like, dude, why are you trying to talk to me now? And then also, I feel like when the guys were like ranking me, it definitely was just projection. Like, they didn't have I'm like, name the reason. Like, name an example. No examples were being able to made. Like,
That's so interesting.
yeah, it was just projection.
You don't need to name names, but like, did you feel some of the women also kind of be a little bit nicer?
Some, yeah.
Yeah. We don't need to throw shade, but we don't even need you to name it because as viewers, we clocked it. And I was like, Amaya, you better fucking stand on business now and remember who the fuck you are.
Period.
But I will say, I think, again, why America fell in love with you, Amaya, is because you can tell how genuine you are. The fact that you didn't tell that fucking Zach ass to be like, babe, we're done. Like, I know what game you're playing. You were still sweet to him. You still even fucking apologized to him. I was gonna be like, Amaya,
Girl.
No.
No.
You apologized to him.
Dude.
And Ace. I was like, girl, I have to just give you your flowers for a second, but also remind women, like, I think sometimes we are the first people to apologize in moments because we want to make situations just feel like, let's just appease people and let's make it easy and let's not make it awkward. But it's like, why did you speak to both of them that way?
Yeah.
Because they were disrespectful and pushed you to the point that you then had to go back and defend yourself.
Yes.
And then you're being the one that feels like you have to apologize first.
Yeah.
Bitch, fucking no.
Girl. No, exactly.
No.
Seriously.
Another huge moment. There were so many fucking huge moments. I love how people are like, I don't know about this season. Like, how many big fucking moments? We can't even get through enough. And I still have so much more to talk to you about. Okay. A huge moment this season was when Sierra abruptly left the villa.
Yeah.
Can you talk to me just from your perspective as an Islander, what went down?
Dude, literally, we all started the morning together, and then out of nowhere, she did disappear, and we all were just asking where was Sierra. I remember asking, I was like, do you guys know where Sierra went? And then same thing with Nick. I was like, Nick, where's Sierra? We all genuinely did not know. So we did not get the chance to say goodbye. We weren't able to see her pack her bags. It literally just happened in the flash of an eye. It felt like very unreal, like in a way. Like, what is going on?
Where were you guys when she clearly went and packed her bags?
We were all in the villa. We literally were all just hanging out.
You were like outside?
Outside.
Okay.
And she was gone. Like, literally gone.
Now knowing, I have to ask, like, why she left, how do you feel about it?
I definitely do think words matter and everyone should be respected, you know? So, like, I just hope that, like, she learns from her consequences, which, you know, she is a grown woman. So, like, hopefully moving on forward, it's just like, this should not be repeated, you know?
Yeah. Okay, we're going to play a game.
Okay,
I'm going to give you a scenario and you tell me the first Islander that comes to mind. Okay. Who gave the best advice?
best advice, first Islander. I would say Olandria.
Okay. Which Islander crashed out the hardest?
Besides myself, hello.
Who was the fakest?
Ooh, a fakest. Man, Austin, Boston, because listen, where did this information come from, Austin? Shit.
Which guy was the best kisser?
Ooh, Brian.
Whose clothes did you steal the most?
Ciara's.
Which couple had the most sex in the group room?
Oh my God. Damn. Okay, wait. Helen and Jeremiah when they were together. Ha. Dude.
Whose elimination made you the saddest?
Oh my God, Charlie.
Which couple has the best chance of making it in the outside world besides you and Brian?
I would have to say I would have to say Alandria and Nick.
Really?
Yeah. Because Iris and Pepe, I don't know. Like, I like nothing against like their relationship. I love them together. But Alandria and Nick families spoke about cookouts already and inviting each other's over to their household. So I really do think that they're going to be a good couple.
Call Her Daddy is brought to you by Tinder. Daddy Gang. You know that feeling of finding an amazing hole-in-the-wall restaurant when you're traveling to a foreign city? There is truly nothing better than having the best meal of your life surrounded by locals where nobody knows you're a tourist. Well, with Tinder's help, you can have more moments like that and get a true taste of the local life. Tinder's passport mode can be the best travel companion when you're looking for a local tour guide in any city in the world. Try Tinder Passport globally to connect locally during your travels or even before you start packing, all while making traveling to a new place feel easier. With Tinder's help, add more plans to your itinerary by matching with a local and setting a date to see the city through their eyes. Passport mode is also a great way to help immerse yourself deeper into the culture and have more authentic experiences while traveling. With Passport mode, there's so much to discover. Explore all of the possibilities for yourself. Tinder, it starts with a swipe. Download Tinder today. Okay, we're going to play a game. What is the weirdest place you've ever had sex?
CVS pharmacy. At the bathroom. In the bathroom. Not in public. Not in public, but it was in the bathroom.
What was going on?
We made sure that we didn't touch anything. Like, I touched the wall because I needed to stabilize myself. But we made sure that it was clean, okay? Literally, we went to CVS. I needed to buy some candy. And then we had one smooch. And then he was like, do you want to go to the bathroom? I'm like, okay. I guess it was exciting. It made it more exciting.
A CVS buck. We love that.
Santa Claus, please bring me Christmas presents. I promise I wasn't that naughty.
Okay, what is the most unhinged thing you have ever done after a breakup?
Unhinged means like
you went a little crazy.
Dude. Fuck. There's a lot of moments. Let me think. Brain loading. Oh, I think I called my ex-boyfriend's mom, and I'm like, "What? How dare you raise a son like this?" And I'm
That's
like,
so good.
yeah.
When you call the mom,
I called the mom, baby. I usually always get my like boyfriends at the times like mom's phone number. But yeah, I'm like, wait, no, mama, sit down. We have to have a talk, okay? What in the world? Where went wrong? Was there any like childhood like situation that made him like this? Like, what is it?
That's so real. Put it on the mother. It's now your problem to take your fucking son, your bitch ass son back. I'm done with his ass.
Right.
Okay, what is the craziest thing someone's ever asked you to do in bed?
In bed? To suck their toes. Like, ew. Guys, sorry, but ew. I'm never sucking a man's toes. Like, what? First of all, they don't even have that much good of a self-care, usually. And now you want me to suck your toes? Like, are they even washed? And, like, guys, let me show you this moment. I went to Miami, like, 2 years ago, and I was on a jet ski with someone, and I looked down, and he had the longest pinky toenail ever. I swear on my baby sisters, I got scared. I was like, I don't know if he use that as a weapon. Like, if somebody's coming to attack him, he'll like just slice somebody with the pinky toenail. But girl, it was long and strong. And ever since then, I kind of do have a little bit of an ache when it comes down to guys' toes.
Wait, were you hooking up with this man on the jet ski?
We were just on the jet ski, right? And we were supposed to hook up. But when I tell you, I was like, girl, bring me back to shore right now. This is not okay. How the fuck you fit your feet in the sneakers? Seriously, with that long toenail, it was like this. I had so much questions.
Wait, Amaya, when someone asked you to suck their toes, what did you say to them?
Oh, hell no. I'm like, don't ruin the moment right now, my love. Like, everything's going smooth like butter, and now you're going to come here with the kitchen knife and just slice me up. Like, hello, calm down. No, relax, my guy.
What is the most embarrassing thing you've ever done during a night of drinking?
Dude, oh my God. Guys, this was when I was like 21. Too much margaritas, just started drinking. Your girl started freestyling rapping on a date. And keep in mind,
Wait, what?
I started to freestyle rap on a date on our way back home. And it was a 1-hour car ride. So it's not like I just did one thing. I was just yapping, talking to myself. And then at first I thought he liked it. But then I go on Twitter and I seen that one, he blocked me on Twitter from seeing a tweet. And then 2, my friend sent it to me and they're like, bro, he just shitted on you. He was like, what would you do if a girl raps the whole entire car ride? And everybody was like, jump out the window. I'm like, oh my God.
Wait, you have to give me, from any recollection you have, a little rap. Give me a little something.
Dude, okay, so like,
You're like, we're driving. I'm driving. Ooh,
right.
Ooh, and you're like,
the
hit it.
margaritas is feeling nice. So it was literally like the Fat Joe lean back instrumental.
Yeah, give me it.
It was like, my name is Amaya, a little girl with a big dream, never get down on her knees if you know what I mean.
Meanwhile, this man is like, I'm about to swerve off the road.
Swerve off. But looking back, it was like, okay, I could definitely see like the fake smiles. Like, get me out of this car.
I also could see like it's fun for a couple minutes, but an hour, like I'm obsessed with you that you're like, let me give you another one. Hold on. Listen to this shit. This is amazing.
Right.
He's like, can I turn on the radio? You're like, no, I am the radio.
No,
I'm
seriously.
obsessed with you. Okay, fuck, marry, kill these sex positions.
Okay.
Doggy style, cowgirl, and missionary.
Okay. Mary, missionary, because eye contact, hello, all in the eyes. Fuck doggy style, exciting. And kill cowgirl. Baby, my knees be tired. Okay, I don't have the best joints. This is why I do yoga and I stretch it out. But we're trying to improve.
Okay, what is your go-to line if you want to start sexting?
Ooh, I would just be like, time to get wet. For both me and him.
I love how straightforward you are. Okay, what has been your wildest sexual mishap?
Mishap, like what?
Like you fell off the bed and you got a concussion, like you broke an elbow,
Oh my God.
You fell off, whatever the fuck, like a disaster.
Dude. So I was having sex with one of my ex-boyfriends, and I guess he got too excited that he farted. But like the fart was so bad that I almost threw up. I tried to act like it was like, okay, like obviously it's natural for humans to pass gas. That's good that you're passing gas, bro. We're all for it. But like we had to stop and move to a whole different room. And I'm like, please don't let this fart linger, because how to the now was so not it.
Did he acknowledge it?
He was like, yeah, it was like, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? I'm sure that was not me queefing. So it had to come from something else.
Why was it one of those like?
It was like that, like literally short, but very, very impactful. Powerful.
Dude, you know what's so crazy is like I feel like that, as shitty as it is, it's like if it's loud, yeah, literally, it's kind of awkward if it's loud, but if it doesn't smell, you're like, okay, that was weird, pretend it was a queef, keep it moving.
Yes.
If it reeks,
dude, I don't know what he was eating that day, but boy, was it. I survived, baby. I almost suffocated. Okay, I'm a survivor. I'm a gas fart person in the sex survivor.
You're so strong, Amaya. You're so strong.
The battles I face.
Okay, what is your weirdest turn on?
Weirdest turn on? I like, okay, like, you know when you're cuddling with somebody and like I love putting my face in their armpits a little bit. Obviously, if it smells crazy, then I'm going to like be like, oh hell no. But if it's a good smell, like Bobby,
you're in there.
Yeah, I'm in there.
Okay, have you ever had a threesome?
No.
Would you ever?
Yes, I would, but not now.
Okay,
not now. I feel like that's more for like 30s, like when like the sex is like, well, to keep things exciting,
30s. We're gonna save it for the 30s.
30s, yeah.
Love that for you. Okay, Amaya, what is your best skill in the bedroom?
Ooh, man. Listen, there's a reason why my jaw's snatched, okay? Your girl be stretching the jaw out. And I'm proud. I'm proud. Not everybody gets to see the scale. So, like, if you're able to see the scale, Brian.
Girl, I'm proud of you. I am so proud of you. How do you think your life is going to be different now after Love Island? Like, are you going to lean into the fame? Like, what are you thinking?
I definitely do want to engage with my supporters as much as possible. Like, I just want to talk to them and know that, like, my papaya would never change. You get what I'm saying? And I really do want to leave a positive impact on women to know to never settle and to never change who they are. So as long as I keep on sending that message out, whether it's like my mini like get ready with me or vlogs, then for sure. But you know, a goal of mine, like I said earlier, is definitely to get my PhD. So maybe next year your girl will be returning back to school. And for anybody who would want to follow me in that journey, it's more than like I'm open.
Okay, you and Brian. Obviously, we saw you guys. You won Love Island. But now, what do you think this looks like in the real world?
Guys, I'm so excited to be in the real world with him without, like, mics up. And I could just talk to him whenever. And, like, I'm waiting for our truffle pasta date. And I can't wait to meet his family. I know I met some of his family, his Papa Bear, but I need to meet Mommy officially. He needs to come. We're going to be cooking together. There's just so much things that we have planned for us. And I'm just happy to be in this moment with him,
Right.
you know?
Have you guys talked about long distance?
Yes.
Like, what are you guys thinking?
Yeah, so we're definitely going to be taking turns seeing each other. And Boston is not far away from me. I actually have cousins and friends out there. So Boston, your girl's coming.
I'm obsessed. You and Brian made history by being the first Hispanic couple to win Love Island.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What does that mean to you?
Man, it's really, really huge because I'm the first generation to be here in America, first generational nurse, like first time for, like my parents literally came from Dominican Republic and like didn't have the best like upbringing. So Latino culture to me is very, very huge. So, I mean, it's really, I feel blessed and I feel so much gratitude, you know?
No, I think like for the world and especially right now, this was such an incredible moment in history. Like I think sometimes people obviously can look at Love Island and be like, oh, it's just a dating show. But to see you and Brian up on that stage and winning in the world that we're in right now, I think it's probably what a lot of people needed. And for you to be that person to give people that hope and that strength, like it's truly beautiful and incredible, Maya.
Oh
Seriously.
my gosh. Like hearing this from you is really huge. So thank you so much. We feel so supported and so loved. And I'm glad that I was able to, well, me and Brian were able to be a part of this.
Can I ask you about just quickly, I know we don't have that much time, but like mental health. I think sometimes people look at people on shows and we're all obsessed. We're like, we don't like this couple and we like this person. We don't like that person. But can you just kind of talk to me a little bit about what in maybe not as fun moments in the villa, like what did mental health look like in the villa and like struggles and just like how did people get through when things were dark, just to like understand for people watching, like this isn't all just fun and games, like we're real people.
Like literally we're real people. We have feelings. And I think sometimes like people forget how intense things could be in there. Like when you don't have any interaction with the outside world, you're not able to call your mom and dad and talk to them. Like we're literally just there. But when we have doctors like on like set, like psych doctors, so whenever we really are having a bad moment or we feel like the world is like crashing down due to the intensity of emotions, we're able to take a break and talk to the doctors if needed to be. And everybody has their own way with navigating how they deal with their feelings. But one, for me, was just one, loving it out, and two, just going on a dog and feeling that fresh air and like just embracing Mother Nature.
I'm going to do a couple rapid fire last minute questions and then we're ending. Okay. What is your take on BDSM?
Oh, baby, we love that. We love that. Okay.
You do? Love. Okay, how do you feel about Timothée Chalamet?
Yeah, it was Zendaya, right? Right? Wait, I think it was Zendaya.
No.
Oh wait, no, he's with Kylie.
Yeah, he's with Kylie.
I'm going crazy. Very cute.
Very cute. What is your most irrational fear?
I would have to say sharks. Like seriously, I sometimes when I'm underwater and my eyes are closed, I have like this big imagination of a shark coming to get me. I don't know why.
So do you go in the ocean a lot?
Well, from knee and beyond.
Yeah, that's it. What is your weirdest reoccurring dream?
Oh my gosh. I would have to say getting chased by naked people. No, seriously, like that's one of my night terrors. Have you ever watched the movie Hereditary?
No.
So there was like a scene there where like she just like, I don't know, I forgot it was a he or she, but somebody just wakes up and like there's a scene of like naked people all around them. And like ever since then, that's like really like irrational fear of mine. I just hope I don't trip and fall.
Holy fucking shit.
No, I swear. Watch when you search it up. You're gonna be like, okay, I see what she's talking about.
Okay, fair. If you had a vibrator, if you have a vibrator and you had to name her, what would it be?
Rosa.
Okay, what is a song that will always hype you up?
Ooh, got that only.
What is the weirdest thing you keep in your purse?
I keep. Damn, I have a lot of weird things in my purse. Backup heels. Because I went out one day in NYC and like a purse as in like a tote bag. And then my heel literally broke. So then ever since then, I was like, no, we need to bring backup heels because girl, we're not ever going to be limping like that again. Yep.
Do you ever wear flats?
I wear flats sometimes.
Sometimes. Yeah. Okay. Who is your dream threesome?
Let me see. Kim Kardashian.
Oh, that's good.
She is hot as fuck.
What message do you hope viewers take away from your time on the show overall?
To just really stay true to who you are. Never change for yourself. Even when people are making you feel like, okay, what's going on with me? What's wrong? There's never nothing wrong with you, baby. Like, shine. And if you're bright as too light, guess what? Put some motherfucking shades on, bitch. Like, let your sun bright and illuminate.
You obviously have gone viral for the songs that you love to make up when you're alone. Can you sing us a little something to close out your Call Her Daddy interview today? Give us a little Call Her Daddy, Amaya. I'm going to close my eyes and just vibe.
Okay. Call Her Daddy is on the show with Alex Cooper. We are here to glow. Call Her Daddy, you know what it is. Hey, let's get to the biz.
Honey, you're about to get a record deal. No, Amaya, truly, thank you so much for coming on. I feel like it is such a pleasure to sit down with you. You were such a bright energy in the villa, but to get to know you today, you're so funny, you're so charismatic, you're so loving, and I'm so happy that America made the right person famous.
Oh my God, Alex, thank you so much. And girl, I love listening to all your podcasts. So once I got the news, I was like, there's no way. The Alex. So this was a huge, huge moment for me. Thank you so much. And you're beautiful inside and out.
I love you. Amaya, Call Her Daddy. We did it.
Yay!
Love you.